Who the fuck is this? Oh, what? Lift me up. Oh, that should have won. That lift me up song.
Yeah, yeah, Boogers. Yeah, yeah, Boogers.
Oh, what?
Yeah, Boogers and choppers. Yeah.
Oh, that should have won. That lift me up song.
I shoot at these niggas, no bitchin'. Yeah, they see the cops, they bitchin'. Yeah, Boogers.
Oh, yeah,
Hello,
one time.
viewers.
I watched.
Hello.
Oh. Hey, I watched the Elvis movie with Tori last night.
Oh, yeah. Did you like it?
It wasn't bad actually. It wasn't bad.
Hold on. Butch in the comments. Butch says over an hour late. First of all.
Oh, snap. We live? Let's go.
First of all, Butch, we said 3 p.m. Eastern. Okay, I know you in Georgia. You got that booty ass Central Time. We said 3 p.m. Eastern.
Whoa.
Georgia's East.
Are they? I thought they were Central. They
Yeah,
East. So Butch.
No,
So Butch is even more wrong.
Butch he just said he ain't reset the timer on his oven. He ain't reset the timer, so he think.
I'm in Kentucky and I'm Eastern time.
Yeah, it's 3 p.m.
Look
Eastern,
at
buddy. So
dude.
we're actually only about 15 minutes late.
What can I say to get naked?
It was 2 p.m. Central, Butch. It was 2 p.m. Central, sir.
Oh gosh.
Hey, Butch, go take a shower.
Sorry, guys. I had to take a sip of my water. Yeah, man. Let us know how our mics sound. How does my mic sound? I'm on my good one.
Oh, I need to get... Let me go listen to
Just
my mic.
hold
I might
on, we're
switch to my
going
laptop.
home.
Alex is on his PlayStation through the Discord. He actually sounds pretty good to me, but
You sound good, Alex.
Let us know,
Oh,
guys.
okay,
Let us
never
know.
mind.
Let us know.
I'm gonna take you guys.
How do I sound? Do I sound shitty?
Oh, we gotta get my boy BT in here. He probably.
You sound snotty like you usually do. Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, ill.
Yeah.
That
Get
boy.
BT in here. I don't know where John Donuts is, man. I tagged him. He might be out of commission. Oh wait, John Donuts is in here. I'm tripping. I see my brother Donuts in here. Let's go. We ready.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, one time, no eating during the podcast, buddy.
No, eat it. Come on, bro. You think I'm Jack? Come on, bro.
I feel like Jack grab his feet and rock back and forth when he eat. When he laying in bed.
He do sit
gotta
Indian
find
style
a
on the bed with that, crisscross applesauce.
Which is crazy if you ever seen him in person.
Nigga, putting your plate on your inner thigh to eat is crazy.
Well, he do with that one extremely flexible leg, nigga. Like,
Hold on, we getting a lot of comments. They saying we was late. Let me explain.
That's the one he got to put oil on every morning.
We scheduled this. We scheduled this for 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central. Okay, so we're only about 15 minutes late, and part of the reason for that is because of Alex. Okay, I don't want to say no names.
Hey.
Alex
listen,
is the reason we're a little bit late. That's what we on time.
Every time I answer the phone, I tell him time is money. Don't waste it. I lost a few dollars today, bro. I tried to leave the convo. I tried to leave it, but
damn, no change.
We here now.
Jack, please share the live. Please share the live stream, Jack. We appreciate you. Shout out to the chat, John, Butch, E-Rock, Wizard, my boy, Cooper. What up, brother? Yeah, man, we ready. So I'm gonna just tell y'all what we finna talk about today, just so y'all know what's going on. So we're gonna be talking about the Oscars. Oscars happened on Sunday. We're gonna go over some of the wins, not the whole show, because who gives a fuck. But we're gonna talk about some of the things that we liked about the Oscars, some of the movies we saw that won, and then we're gonna talk about movies that we've seen recently. We've seen Creed 3, Scream 6. I think a couple of us have seen 65, that dog shit dinosaur movie.
You don't watch.
And we got a couple movies coming up soon. We got John Wick next week. We got
oh shit, that's next week.
So excited.
I'm gonna go see Inside on Friday with Willem Dafoe.
Oh, I'm seeing that. I'm gonna go see that.
Oscar award nominee. He hasn't won yet, but Oscar award nominee Willem Dafoe.
I'm gonna tell you right now, he gonna get something off of this. I can tell. Some movies you can tell. Some movies you just like, yeah, they trying to go for the Oscar. This movie, I think he gonna get it.
Right.
Calling it now.
Well, let's see. Where do we want to start, man? Let me So, first of all, let me ask y'all: did y'all watch the Oscars? Did y'all see any of the Oscars on Sunday? I know
yes,
we had.
I watched-
Heck no.
I watched the Oscars instead of Last of Us. Yeah,
Oh wow,
No.
that's a L.
Oh,
That's a L.
wow.
That's a L.
Oh, okay.
it's a W actually.
I paid attention to the winners, but like I said, bro, I personally don't put stock into award shows, but I get the importance of it.
There were some winners and some pretty big losers. You know.
I just watched
Top
the
Gun
clips.
was a pretty big loser because it should have won Best Picture, but you know everything everywhere.
Fuck
else.
outta
Oh
here.
my gosh.
Uh,
Oh my god.
It
But
was
they
best
had,
sound design,
yeah,
right?
hey John, we had some big winners. Visual effects, Avatar: Way of Water took the W. Well, everybody knew that though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, how you feel about that one
Yeah, we
time?
knew that was happening.
No, I mean that was to be expected. That's great for them.
Are you mad? Are you mad the Batman lost to Avatar?
Yes, I am. I am.
Oh,
Very
fat. Wait. What did they lose to in graphics?
Visual effects.
And
Visual
visual effects.
Oh, come on, bro. We
And
knew what
I
that
think
was.
Sound design and lost too. Should have won that one.
They
Should've
gave
won
sound
Damn.
design to
Double
Top
three.
Gun. Me personally,
Oh,
it could have gone either way. It could have gone either way.
Yeah, they could've
Oh,
gone
hold on.
No.
Top Gun won because it had some jets moaning for an hour and a half. What did they get
Hey,
sound
They
design?
sounded
Hey,
good.
hold
They
on.
sounded good. They
Alex-
sounded
But
good.
the Batman scene.
You didn't see Top Gun in Dolby theaters.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, bro. If this is what you about to say, Tyrek, that scene where he start that engine up, nigga, I ain't even said. When he start that engine up, I ain't heard a sound in a movie that made me sit up in my seat since
Yeah.
since
But
Peaky
that's
invited
the
Cherokee to
only,
ass to the scene. Like,
oh my
This
God.
sound like you hate. This sound like you hate my nigga.
But Top
I'm
Gun
not
throughout the
hating.
whole movie sounded better. Batman had that one scene that sounded really,
No,
really good.
Batman-
That was
oh,
That chase.
punk-
hey Rip, hey, what was your favorite sound? What was your favorite sound?
Oh, here you go.
it. That's all.
No.
Yeah,
You're like fire.
this nigga, bro. My favorite song, my favorite sound was oh. That was my favorite jet sound in that movie. That movie was dog. It shouldn't have got best. It shouldn't have got best sound.
What should
It's something to be said. Like I said, it's something to be said. When that Batman movie came out, everybody on Earth said, "Remember that one scene?" And then we all said, "Are you talking about?" Yeah, I'm talking about the scene where he's in the alley. We heard a jet engine on the back of a Camaro. Come on, bro.
Red Peg said
Come
he was
on.
sleep. Red Peg said he was sleeping in the
So-
movie theater, and that scene woke him up.
The jet engine and the
Wow.
the actual jet engine is not cool.
But Red Peg also likes Jurassic World Dominion, so you know.
Uh,
That movie, hey, hold it
Yeah.
down. Hey, ain't your
Fire.
movie Avatar? Hold it down.
Yeah, but Top Gun.
Now, that was
overall,
Tick. That was Tick's favorite movie. of the year.
Nah, that's John Donut's favorite movie of the year.
What?
Which one? Avatar?
Yeah, he like watching blue people playing water.
That movie. Was,
What?
I'm glad
That do
movie
sound like
didn't-
that. Do sound like a king.
didn't
That do
win,
sound like
bro.
a king. Golly. Okay, so
Um,
best sound design with, or what did they win? They won the best CGI.
Yeah.
Avatar won best visual effects.
I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
For best song, I thought "Lift Me Up," the song from Black Panther.
Oh
man,
my
that shit
god,
won.
y'all gonna be mad at me. Y'all gonna be mad at me.
You ain't like his song?
Bro, nigga, ever since I'm gonna tell you
like
who
that song.
ruined
It's boring.
soundtracks. I'm gonna tell you who ruined movie soundtracks. Ever since Wiz Khalifa took his black lip self and went and did that,
Oh
When I
my
See You
God.
Again,
Yeah.
that nigga ruined movie soundtracks for all time. Now everybody's trying to have a When I See You Again. Come on, bro.
Oh, that's
I
true.
don't know, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Everybody
and-
wants to When I See You
Alex,
Again.
Remember,
guess what?
Black Panther 2 is gonna get a lot of, I don't want to say it, but sympathy awards.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Facts.
So
facts.
yeah.
Mm.
Hold
Oh
on,
yeah,
where?
also,
Movie was not
put the
good.
link.
also,
where are you seeing it?
Babylon, nigga.
Uh,
They was
That shit
nominated
got-
for best
What
music,
link you want?
best original score.
No, I just
Video
went on
and
Google. I
shit?
went on Google.
Yeah, Babylon
Best
lost
visual
that.
effects. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, bro. The Avatar movie was made in Unreal Engine 5, so I'm not mad at them getting best visuals.
Look
I'm
at
not
this
mad
nigga.
at that.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
It's
Oh,
better
I think,
than. I mean, did y'all see any other animated movies? Did y'all see any animated movies? Like,
yes, I did.
I mean,
Yeah, I did.
I think
what else came out?
I'm not mad
Turning
at. I'm
Red,
not mad at.
I saw.
Yeah, Turning Red. I seen all the movies on the list. I think. Let me see.
Yeah, I seen. Let me look at
I
this.
don't think there was a lot of CGI type of movies that came out last
It's
year.
not.
Also, the Marvel movies were bad last year. It's CGI.
Boy,
Well,
facts.
so hold on. Let me tell you what was in that category. So best visual effects. It was Avatar, All Quiet on the Western Front,
Ooh, that could have won
oh,
too.
Tyrek about to have a shed a tear.
Yeah.
the Batman,
Boo.
Black Panther
I don't
2.
think that Batman should have been in that
Boo.
because it was grounded in
It was
reality.
grounded,
like the whole
yeah.
point. Yeah, I don't know why
That's-
they even got nominated.
All Quiet on the Western Front too. That's like a war movie. So I'm like,
Top Gun.
I
Top
don't know
Gun was
if that
also in that category.
nominated
By the way.
too.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
mean,
The
we
only
know that a lot of these movies are CGI. Like literally everything about it is CGI and green screen. So technically, if you got a whole war scene going on and you got tanks, soldiers, and all that, and it's really not real, I get it.
No,
I
it
get
was real
but-
though. It was that everything that was all real stuff. That was all like they built the trenches and all that stuff. Like that wasn't like
To be
green
fair,
screen.
Oh, really?
I think
No.
visual
Mm-mm.
effects don't necessarily mean CGI. They're also accounting for like practical effects, like set designs and explosions and all that shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
so-
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and that's
That
not
makes sense.
well.
That makes sense.
I mean, that's kind of unfair. That's like putting LeBron against a bunch of a high school team. It's literally Avatar. The whole movie is
I
CGI.
don't know. I think the only one who could have went up against Avatar was Top Gun.
And
No.
Top Gun is like, you know what? If they're talking about how they shot the movie because they're in the air shooting that shit.
Yeah, it's
That's
more
different.
practical effects and is a good mix.
Yeah. So it's more cinematography than
But
it
y'all
is
look.
visual effects. Yeah.
They also have a category for specifically set design, best production design. And to
Oh, yeah, I seen
Tyrek's
that.
point, he said, All Quiet on the Western Front, they built all this shit in the movie. They won best production
Yeah.
design. They won the
Yeah,
Oscar
yeah.
for that.
I'm okay with
So,
that. I'm okay.
They
'Cause
built like those trenches they dug out. Like and
Yeah.
they went to like those locations
Hey.
and dug that shit back out.
Hey man, and I seen Elvis last night. I'm gonna be real. It's some pretty good set design. They got the house to a T and everything, man. The Vegas stage to a T.
Yeah, but
Movie
you know
wasn't that bad.
we saw that before in Johnny Cash. And that movie came out 2005. They're not gonna do that again. Like they gave Johnny
You know what's
Cash
funny?
that, like 20 years ago. So
Okay.
You know, Memphis schools make you tour Elvis's house. Y'all know that?
really,
They take a field trip to that house. So Jack
we
actually
only
been
toured
in
the
that
first
house.
floor. That's kind of boring.
they don't take it to the bedroom.
Nah,
um,
they don't. They closed out the second floor.
That's where all the whips and sex swings are with his nasty tail. Elvis is a nasty nigga. Nigga married a
yeah, that dude's a
14-year-old.
pedophile.
Yeah. Boo, boo, Elvis, boo the white man, boo.
He was on his
Oh,
bond. He's on his bond shit.
How do y'all feel about Jamie Lee Curtis winning that Oscar?
Well, hold on.
Oh
hold on,
well,
hold on,
I want to wait to get today. Yeah, that's
before
gonna
we
be the
get
last
there,
one I
let
speak
me
on.
just run through some quick, some quick like nominees and the winners, and we can get to the main ones, so we can get that out the way. So
Who dropped that?
real quick, I'm gonna say best original song, like y'all already said, "Lift Me Up" by Rihanna for Black Panther was nominated. Lady Gaga wrote a song for Top Gun that was nominated. Crazy enough, there's a song for Everything Everywhere All at Once it's called "This Is a Life." That was in the movie. I think at the end of the movie, it was nominated. The winner of that award was Natu Natu from
RRR.
that Indian
That's a
movie
great
RRR. I don't know if y'all saw it.
Yeah,
It's
Oh,
on
I saw
Netflix.
that.
It's on Netflix. I still haven't watched it
saw
yet,
that.
but people say it's like a really good movie, even if you don't
It
like
is.
those type of like
No, that
Bollywood
define
Indian
good.
movies.
Define good. That movie is the definition of it's so bombastic. It's like remember the Scream movies? Like the parody was such
yeah.
a parody that like you just had to laugh at how dumb they would do it. And by the time you got to Scary Movie 5 or 6, I don't even know how many they made, but I think they made like 7. They made a lot.
No,
Once you got
but
to Scary, huh?
people genuinely like it, and I think it's really good.
No, that Triple R. I watched it with my girl and she fell asleep on it. That
Oh,
that
damn.
movie is so outrageous, but it's like it's trying to take itself seriously. Like it's trying to give you moral lessons while being dumb and having like amazing but also terrible CGI. What was this nominated for?
It won Best Original Song.
Fam, what? The niggas was over there doing the 2-step by DJ Unk for like 30 minutes. What original song?
Apparently that song went kind of viral. I think that's why that song went
Yeah,
viral. Like,
Damn.
people were dancing in theaters.
No way. Maybe on that side of the world. That's crazy.
No, it's been popular over in Europe and States
Hold on,
as well.
That was your ringtone, John Donuts? Let me find out. Let me
All
find
right,
out. Let me find out.
all right.
But yeah, next one. Like we said, best sound was Top Gun. Let's see, best original screenplay. So this basically just means like an original movie. It's not based off of a book or anything like that.
Everything
Everywhere, All at Once won that.
Yeah.
As it
Yeah.
should. As it
That makes
should.
sense.
Well deserved.
Definitely.
Best visual effects, like we said, it went to Avatar. Best original score, so just overall like the music of a movie. This is the one where a lot of people thought Babylon was going to win, because Babylon, the guy who directed it, Justin Hurwitz, he's known for music in his movies because he's a music guy. I think his first big movie was Whiplash. If y'all have seen that movie, it's all about music. So all of his movies have pretty good music typically. He lost. That category, All Quiet on the Western Front, won Best Original Score.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Let's see, what's the other ones here?
I'm trying to scroll to where you at on the list. You just skipping around?
Yeah, I'm just going through like some of the main ones. Best cinematography, also All Quiet on the Western Front.
Yes,
I
sir.
gotta see that movie.
Let's see what else here. Oh, best
Dang, I wish
make.
they gave the nominations. They just got the winner.
Like, how is
I put
Batman
the
They
link. I'm
even-
looking at it in general. If you want.
the fact
No, yeah,
that
I'm at
Batman-
the same link. It just got the winners though. No, I see it.
I'm
Go
on
ahead,
the
John,
Oscars.
do it.
Like,
the fact that Batman isn't in cinematography, like even nominated, like
Yeah, it wasn't nominated.
and like that
damn, Elvis got nominated.
Oh,
before
look.
this.
stunning.
I'm telling you, the Oscars, to make a superhero movie get nominated for any of this shit, it has to be like the Black Panther. It has to be some type of agenda behind it for them to even put it
Or
in
somebody
there.
gotta
I'm
die.
sorry. Or some, yeah, it's not happening. Like, I
Yeah.
don't even think, did Avengers Infinity War win that? I don't even think they won.
Probably
Anything.
won
Yeah,
visual
but-
effects.
But they've hosed Batman twice now. The Dark Knight didn't get anything, and now the Batman didn't get.
Oh yeah, they're never gonna do it. Like, you need to have some type of agenda behind it. And the only superhero movie I can see doing that is like, but if someone else, someone has to die again, or has to be like the Logan or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah. Or Joker too.
What the-
yeah.
Best
Hollywood don't
animated
take-
feature. Red Pick, this is you, because you watch a lot of animated shit, huh?
Yes, sir.
I don't think you've
the
seen most of these.
The Pinocchio movie.
I'm gonna tell you the nominees, Red Pig. It was Pinocchio, which
Yeah, I
is on
seen that.
Netflix. Puss in Boots,
I seen
saw
that.
that.
Yes, sir.
The Sea Beast,
No, I didn't see that.
Turning
that?
Red. You saw Turning Red,
I seen
saw that too.
most of them.
and Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, which
Bro, I wanted to see that.
they
I think
say
I
it's
seen-
animated, but it's like
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like
I
a
did. I
mix
seen
of
that.
live action and animation. So.
Yeah, they got googly eyes and
I
stuff.
seen
on
that. It's like what you call it? Stop motion.
You know, it's based off of a YouTube series, Red Pig, right? You know that, right?
I never knew that.
Yeah, it was,
me and my-
it was a YouTube
I-
series back in the day. My girl used to watch it. Apparently, she told me about it.
I
didn't
did
even
see
know.
that.
Damn, I was gonna go see it, but they only played it in the theater that was like in Tulsa.
Nobody
Oklahoma.
really
I'm not,
seen or wanted to watch it. Yeah.
I'm not driving 2 hours to see that movie.
I
But
seen it.
basically,
The only movie I ain't seen on here is Sea Beast.
Guillermo del Toro won that for Pinocchio. He won Best Animated.
Yeah. They're pretty
I
good. It's pretty
guess.
good. It's pretty good. I think Turning Red or Puss in Boots should have won that, but you know.
You lucky Mario didn't come out this year. It would have swept off name alone.
Nah, I wouldn't.
It'll probably win next year.
Did Wreck-It Ralph win anything
No,
when it came out?
Spider-Man's coming out this year.
Oh, yeah, it
Mario's
is.
not
Oh,
winning.
yeah. Well, it's gonna
Yeah.
be between them two. They're gonna be on the.
Hey man,
next year's list.
Pixar got 2 movies coming out this year. We gonna see.
What Pixar's has been hitting lately. So.
They got
Nah,
Elemental.
Pixar. Turning Red is fire. Pixar.
Yeah, but it went
We
to
didn't know
straight
that
to
woke
Disney
shit.
Plus. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah,
I hate to
but
say that woke shit, but that was like
even
it was-
even people
I'm
who
gonna
work
say
at
agenda.
Pixar didn't like that.
yeah. I
Y'all
like using we would work, but I'm gonna say agenda. That's it.
Do y'all care
Yes.
about costume design?
Me
Not really.
personally, Not really.
No,
But who
Um,
won that?
Who won?
Black Panther won. They shouldn't have won that.
You know, it's funny. They won. I think the first Black Panther won costume design
One
as well.
costume. They just gave that movie.
I don't
Oscar.
know. I don't know why. The costumes in Civil War. That's the only costume. Unless they're talking about like the other costumes they were
Well, when
wearing
they
in
say
the crowd.
yeah, they just mean like
That's
you know how they have all those African dress and shit like
Oh,
that.
Nigga,
All
they
of
did
that.
that. They had them fish people with all them type of stones on and the little wispy sandals. That's why they got that. That's why.
Who you think
Yeah.
should have won then?
I think
Every other one.
yes.
You know what? Babylon probably should have won that.
Or I was gonna say Babylon as well, but I didn't.
They had a good
Babylon-
costume.
Everything in Babylon felt like I was literally transported there. The vehicles, the architecture, the music, the
They said that about
clothing.
Elvis too.
Well, he married a 13-year-old, so I don't count him. Babylon went crazy. Everything about it. That first, I know we got our controversial opinions on Babylon in this movie, guys, cohort, but the first 30 minutes of Babylon, the most fire party scene I've ever seen in my life. Ever.
Oh, yeah. That's why I said the first 45 minutes of that movie was like great.
Insane.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good.
Insane. Like, I'm not even a Margot. What was that girl? Is that
Margot
Margot Robbie?
Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
I'm not even a Margot Robbie person because to me, she plays the Harley Quinn voice in every movie she does. But in this movie, nigga, woo, fire. I became a fan of her because of this.
Oh yeah, Woman King probably should have won. Someone said that they probably should have won.
I ain't seen Woman King get nominated for anything at the Oscars.
But
Yeah, bro.
I saw the movie. The movie was okay. It was good, but I'm not. I don't see what people are saying.
It was a good movie, bro.
It was a good movie, but I don't think it was like gonna win Movie of the Year or anything like that.
Wait, you didn't get the memo? Black Oscars was last year. This year is Asians Oscars. So yeah.
Hello.
Oh,
Asians won before too. What's that movie that came out a couple years ago? It was the South Korea
Parasite.
movie.
Parasite.
Yeah. That movie. So it's been Asian Oscars for a couple years now.
Bro, next year,
Korea's been running the shit.
Next year, yeah, they've been running that since Parasite. Next year is gonna be a doozy, bro. We haven't, because I'm looking at the best visual effects and original score. I feel like Oppenheimer gonna surprise us, bro. I feel like it's gonna surprise us.
It's Christopher Nolan, nigga.
I'm
It's
about
gonna
to
get
say
nominated.
Wonton Street. Dune's about to win.
Yes, sir.
Dune ain't winning shit either.
Yes, it will. Come on.
It's gonna win some awards.
We gonna see.
So let me get these two right here. Best supporting actor. Okay. You had Ki Hugh Kwan from Everything Everywhere All at Once. He played the husband. Brendan Gleeson from The Banshees of Inisherin, which is on HBO, guys, if you haven't seen it. Brian Tyree Henry, he was in Causeway, a movie with Jennifer Lawrence that came out not that long ago. It came out like maybe October. I watched it. It was on Apple. The movie's mid, bro. The movie's mid as hell. It seemed like a Oscar, like they were trying to make some emotional movie to, get some Oscar bait. The movie itself is very mid. He did good in it, but I mean, that's not saying much because he's a good actor. He's going to do good regardless. But yeah, he was nominated. Judd Hirsch was nominated for The Fabelmans, and then Barry Keoghan also for Banshees of Inisherin. Yeah. This one was the whole entire time, even before the Oscars announced the nominees, everybody knew Ki Hugh Kwan was going to win for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Not just because he did an amazing job in the movie, but because he had an amazing story to go along with it. This is the guy who played the little boy in Indiana Jones. He was in the Goonies when he was a kid. And in the entire time, in the past year, he's been telling his story how he couldn't get any jobs in Hollywood. People didn't want him because he was an Asian with an Asian name. He eventually stopped acting and went into stunt choreography. He actually did a lot of stunt choreography for the X-Men movies back in the day. And he came back to acting with this movie. So pretty much everybody knew he was going to win. I think it's well deserved. He definitely deserved to win. And I hope to see more of him. He's going to be in the what is it? Loki. He's going to be in Loki season 2. They announced he was cast in Loki season 2. We don't know. Oh no, we do know. So I read about this. He's playing a character in Loki season 2 that works for the TVA. Remember the TVA from season 1, the like organization that does all the time variant shit. Apparently he's like their tech guy in the show.
Hold on. So he said. So he said that he was going around telling people because I'm Asian with an Asian name.
Well, he was telling a story about how basically he stopped acting because he couldn't get work.
Because he's a Nick.
People. So this is. I'm gonna tell you what he said out of his mouth. He said a lot of the roles that were offered to him were stereotypical Chinese man roles. Like they didn't want him to be like an important character or anything like that. They literally just wanted him to be like comic relief and talk with a funny Chinese accent. And he didn't want those type of jobs. I mean, it's demeaning. He wanted actual, roles.
Yeah, because to be honest, if you have an Asian name like that and you're not a martial artist, you ain't getting work. Like,
Boy,
so
I was about to say, nigga, I'm about to start going around. I'm black. Nobody wants me, so I can get an Oscar, nigga. I was about to say, nah, yeah, that ain't enough explanation for me, bro. You was doing
yeah,
so.
so
This
it makes
where he
sense because
if he was
Oh
trying
my
and it was like, no, go do a front flip instead. Okay, I get it.
And it's funny
Chinese
'cause-
characters are your gag characters. They're not like main characters. They're always like the funny guy you laugh at because they like Wong in the MCU. People love him, but he's really the funny one-liner guy, and then people just laugh. But
Yeah.
other than that, the dude's not getting any other main roles like that.
Another good example of this, I don't know if you guys ever watched Aziz Ansari used to have a TV show on Netflix called Master of None. Really good show, at least the first season. I like that show a
Or
lot.
it got cancelled.
I think it was season 1 or season 2. He has an episode where, so in the show, he's like a aspiring actor, and he has an episode where he goes to do an audition, and literally they just want him to talk with an Indian accent and be like the stereotypical Indian guy. And so the entire episode is based around him basically saying no, like I'm just a normal guy. I don't even talk like that. I just want a regular, role. So it's kind of the same thing, like that Ke Huy Quan was saying, how when he was looking for work, that's what they wanted him to do, stereotypical Chinese man roles. And so, and he was barely getting calls anyway. And it was like when he did get a call, it was those stereotypical roles that he didn't want to do. So this was kind of like his breakthrough back into acting, and now he's an Oscar winner. He's going to get more roles, and like I said, I think it's well deserved.
Yeah.
But let's go to the next category: Best Supporting Actress. Now this is the one where it had a lot of people were talking on the internet, a lot of surprise, a lot of debate. Let me just tell you the nominees. We had Stephanie Hsu. She played the daughter in Everything Everywhere All at Once. Personally, she was my pick to get this award. I thought she did the best out of every nominee.
Come on, be real. Everybody thought she was gonna win.
Then you had Carrie Condon in The Banshees of Inisherin. Hong Shao in The Whale. I saw The Whale. It was good. She was great in the movie. I don't know if you guys probably didn't see The Whale, but you'll recognize her. Remember we watched The Menu?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the Asian lady that was like the chef's right-hand woman in that movie?
Oh yeah.
That's her. She was in another movie
pretty
called
good.
The Whale that came out last year. She was nominated for The Whale. And then you had Angela Bassett. She was nominated for Black Panther.
I can't wait to talk
A
about
lot
this
of people expected her to win because she did amazing in that movie. She was honestly the best in that movie out of all the actors and actresses.
Yeah.
I would say her and Namor. And then Jamie Lee Curtis for Everything Everywhere All at Once.
one. Okay. Did y'all really think Angela Bassett had a chance of winning, nigga? Be honest.
No.
Was that? I'm about to say.
Well,
Anybody
my
who.
if I'm gonna say this, if they're gonna push that movie like they were doing with Black Panther 1, I was like, she's probably gonna win because the social media aspect was all on her side to win that shit. But I don't think she deserved to win at all. I don't think her role was that great. The movie she was in wasn't that good.
This is my thing.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like, we got to be able to separate people that we just love and adore and those that have been snubbed. And we can have our fandoms and want them to just have that accolade because they deserve it. But if the film and the acting job just wasn't compared to what else came out this year, I can't be mad at it, bro. Like, I'm gonna tell you what, people saw Angela Bassett come up there, and what scene did they think of from Black Panther when she said, "Have I not given enough?" Niggas thought about that scene when she was. Ain't nobody worried about when she was at the beach. Ain't nobody worried about when she was on that glass and it popped in her face and she died. We all thinking about that one scene. Have I not given enough?
Yep.
It takes more than that for me. And Jamie Lee Curtis not only was in her movie longer, she literally was the antagonist in the real world, annoying, but played the part perfectly well. Then she became this like souped up steroid monster by the end of the movie. There was a part of the movie where she was romantic with this woman with hot dog fingers. There was like she was able to show more sides to that character than Angela Bassett was. And I get it. A grieving mother with the actor in real life dying. We get it. but you did not give a better acting performance than Jamie Lee Curtis. And I
Thank you.
I don't care about Jamie Lee Curtis, but she had opportunity to show more of her character. You can't be mad at that.
And that's why I think, like, the Black Panther thing, I can't take any of the reviews or like praise serious because I always think they're gonna fall back on Chadwick dying. So I can't really like take any of the. Everything's like not biased, but everything has that backdrop. Oh yeah, Chadwick died, so we gotta like be easy, not easy with the movie, but we're gonna like leave shit out, or we're not gonna like assess the movie appropriately. So I think a lot of people went into the movie just like, oh yeah, Chadwick died, we gotta push this movie as hard as we can, and it kind of sold the movie. And I hate to say it, but it's like they use his death in a way where like that's why I'm kind of not uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable with not recasting him because the Black Panther 2 movie was just sold as this is a tribute to Chadwick.
This is a funeral.
Fuck us, the movie's mid. He died, and this movie's great because he died.
Yeah, so
frame it like that, but that's how it feels like.
That's like if you cast Samuel L. Jackson as a trash can, and his only line is "motherfucker," so he should get it because you like him.
Yeah.
No, she was cool. Thanks for being a grieving mother. I want to see Jamie Lee Curtis with hot dog fingers. That's
not even Angela Bassett's best performance. That's the thing. If she got it for that, bro, that's kind of saying that she got it for that performance.
Exactly, Tarek. If she would have got it for this, it literally would have been the Pander Awards. It literally would have been, you deserve it. It would have been Leonardo DiCaprio getting this for that role he did with Bear, instead of Inception, instead of
Shutter Island,
instead of all the other movies that he put himself in that position. Who saw The Revenant?
I did. Fire.
Y'all saw The Revenant?
It was a good movie, but Leo should. He deserved an Oscar for it, but he did not deserve that to be his first Oscar. He should have won that shit 20 years ago.
I love Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah. I did not want to see a movie of softcore porn with a bear. That's not me. Yeah. And he got that Oscar. We were happy, but he went up there and did what? He talked about penguins dying from oil. That nigga went up there and used it to say like, hey, renewable energy. That nigga knew that movie shouldn't have won no Oscar, but he was happy he got it.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying?
I mean, man. They're all talking weird shit when they go up on stage.
Did you see? Did you see her face when she lost, nigga? Angela Bassett's face when she lost.
Yeah.
They're saying that Jamie Lee Curtis won because of her status. I don't think this is her first one. I don't think she's won before. Like this like I don't think she got nominated because of her status because she's been in movies before, and this is like her first actual role. We got damn, she really acted her ass off because she's been in a lot of mid. In her
you know what?
And a lot of things people fell back on was like, well, instead of her winning, why didn't you just give it to Stephanie, the daughter? So
let me tell you my thought process on this. Let me tell you why I think they gave it to Jamie Lee Curtis. Two things. One, Angela Bassett did great in the movie, but the movie itself was mid. She never had a chance. Okay, that's number one. Number two, Stephanie Hsu deserved to win based on her performance in Everything Ever All at Once. But she's young. She's a first-time nominee. When you put her against Jamie Lee Curtis, a Hollywood icon, the people who are in charge of giving out the awards are probably saying, well, she's young. She'll have her chances to do it again. Jamie Lee Curtis is an icon. She's been in Hollywood for 40 years. This may be her last chance to win an Oscar. Let's go ahead and give it to her. That's why I think they did it. Personally, and that's not saying Jamie Lee Curtis. That's not saying Jamie Lee Curtis was bad in the movie. She wasn't bad at all, but was her performance Oscar worthy? In my opinion, no. But like the thing about the Oscars, they don't always give the award to the best performance. Sometimes it really does come down to who has the better story, who has the better.
It's a narrative behind the movie. It's the narrative like building up. It's like with Heath Ledger. Didn't he win the Oscar posthumously or something like that? So it's like, and I bet you if he didn't die, Heath Ledger wouldn't have won. Even though that performance was great, his death it's the same with Chadwick. His death enhanced the movie narrative pushed behind the movie. It's just the way how things work. And I'm not saying Angela Bassett didn't do a good performance. I thought her performance is really, really good. But I'm not gonna give her that one scene. That's what everyone keeps reposting on Twitter. That one scene. I'm like, bro, you know that movie's almost 2 hours and 30 minutes, right? Yeah. She wasn't in the movie. Yes, a supporting actor, not like the main character, but she kind of was in the beginning of the movie. Like Shuri was in the background, and the mother was basically like they kind of shared screen time. So my supporting actor in that movie wouldn't even be her. It would be Namor, unless Namor's the main character. and he's not the main character because the movie's named Black Panther. So if anything, the supporting character that should have won in that movie would have been Namor. But he's an actor, so and he wasn't nominated, I believe, was he?
Who was? Who again?
The Namor's actor.
Oh no, he wasn't.
So, and that's my thing. I don't feel like if there was a supporting actress that should have been nominated, it should have been Namor before anybody else. And no one else did. So I don't think Angela Bassett really deserved it to be that one person out of the whole movie, out of a mid-movie, to get that award.
Yeah.
I mean, also, Jamie Lee Curtis is Hollywood royalty, so I think that also has something to do with it.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So let's get, we almost done with this, y'all. Let me just finish. Best director went to Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert. They both directed Everything Everywhere All at Once. Pretty much knew that was going to happen. I think that's well deserved. Best actor. This is another example of, somebody who had a great story. The nominees was Bill Nighy, who was in a movie called Living. Paul Mescal, he was in a movie called After Sun. Colin Farrell, he was in The Banshees of Inisherin. Austin Butler, he played Elvis. And Brendan Fraser, who was in The Whale. Now, I saw The Whale. The Whale is about the guy who's 600 pounds or whatever, and it kind of tells his story. The movie itself, I thought, was nothing really spectacular. It's not bad. I thought the movie was good, but it's not like oh, you gotta see this movie. Oh, it's amazing. No, it's just it's interesting story. It kind of gives some insight on what people who go through that actually have to go through.
You talking about The Whale?
Yeah.
I mean, it was just about him trying to get a relationship back with his daughter, wasn't it?
Right. But I think the best part of that movie was the performances. Brendan Fraser, I thought they really, really good. Hong Chau, who we talked about earlier, she was in that movie. She plays kind of like his, I think, sister-in-law or friend. She was great. And then the little girl who played his daughter, she's from Stranger Things. She's a really good actress. She got to get, a lot of shine in this movie. So Brendan Fraser won Best Actor. Now, I think the only other person who really had a chance to beat him was Austin Butler, who played Elvis. He had a good case. But I think the reason they gave it to Brendan Fraser is because not only was his performance good, but again, he had a good story. Yeah. Brendan Fraser, and he's been talking about this the past few years too. He's gone through over a decade of basically being, dead in Hollywood, not getting any roles. The roles he does get are low tier movies that nobody fucking sees. Basically like a washed up actor. And he gets this chance to come back to Hollywood and kind of break through again. And he's been really emotional about it the whole, the past year. So I just think everybody they were rooting for him. And so it's not to say he didn't deserve the award, but that kind of helped his case. And so again, he won the Best Actor for that reason.
That's the only reason why he won it, because Hollywood loves a comeback story. Same thing with the other guy from Everywhere All at Once. They love a comeback story. They can milk it for all the way up until leading to it. They can milk it afterwards. It was a way to draw people in. I think, sometimes I wonder if the Oscars is like a script. Mm-hmm. The way you guys be going on about the NBA.
Oh, wow.
It just feels all too convenient. All these. Oh yeah, he's got a comeback story. She's got a comeback story.
Right.
Yeah, but I feel like if you give the award, to anybody, we're gonna be able to make that argument for anyone. Because we give the award to Elvis, the people are gonna come out and say, "Yo, you gave it to him because he played a white guy that stole from black music," and people have a problem with that. So I think when you bring up an argument like that, it's we can do that for everyone who would have won. If the Asian guy would have won, oh, they gave it because he's Asian. I feel like we're going to do that for every one of the nominations. Yeah, Brendan Fraser definitely had a push, narratively push, but unless there was someone who was overwhelmingly had a better performance than him, I don't really see it. So he got it because I feel like his performance with the narrative just won out. I don't think there was anyone who had a male performance that was that much stronger than him that really deserved it more than him. I don't think this was the year for that.
I don't know. It just feels oddly convenient, but
Yeah. But they would have said the same thing if the Asian guy would have won. I forgot the actor's name. They would have said, "Oh, he only gave it to him because he was Asian." I feel like people would have said that too.
yeah.
So you gotta kind of pick your poison with how you giving the awards out. So it's a narrative bit award. The media drives it. I mean, Brendan Fraser, like the last 10 years, I guess he was sexually abused by one of his production managers and stuff like that. And that came up with the last couple of years. So it's like that was definitely behind him winning. But it's like I think it was the dude.
Oh God.
Oh,
Yeah. So I mean,
What that girl
that's
say,
behind
"Stand
it too. Yeah.
Stand up."
So. And that's probably why his role sucked, because he probably spoke up against it and didn't get any good roles the last 10 or 15 years because of that. Because the last good movie was what, The Mummy or some shit
Mummy.
like that?
Yeah.
So
Great movie.
that was what, 2003? That's 20 damn years ago. That's literally 2 decades ago.
He was in the Jet Li one, was like 08. He was in that.
Oh
one.
my God. I said the last good movie. The last good movie. 2003, man.
The Mummy, the third one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the third
second
one. When that was 07?
Yeah,
That's
it
what
was
I'm
something
saying.
like that.
Yeah,
08,
that's,
07.
yeah. We shouldn't have.
By the way, they asked him if he would do the Mummy again. He said, "Yeah."
Fire.
But yeah, we got 2 more categories. I want to get this out the way, y'all, so we can get to the movies that we saw.
Yeah.
So best actress. Let me go through the nominees. Michelle Williams, she was in The Fablemans. Andrea Riseborough, she was in a movie called To Leslie. Anna de Armas, she played Marilyn Monroe in Blonde. Kate Blanchett was in that movie called Tar. A lot of people thought she had a good case to win, but the winner was Michelle Yeoh for Everything Ever All at Once. My pick to win. I think she deserved to win. I'm not mad at this at all. She did
I thought
amazing
Kate
in the movie.
Blanchett was going to win. I thought they were going to give it to her, but I'm glad God Michelle Yeoh got it.
About due time, fam. About due time.
Now I'm gonna tell you why I think Michelle Yeoh won, not just because of her performance, obviously, but Kate Blanchett already has 2 Oscars. Even though she did
Really?
amazing.
What?
Huh? You said what?
Let me go look up what her other Oscars were.
She has one for The Aviator, which was a movie she did with Leonardo DiCaprio, which he lost. He didn't win that award, but she won. I don't know her other one.
Cause I think he lost to Steve Biscuit. I think he lost to Tobey Maguire that year.
But yeah, Kate Blanchett already has 2 Oscars. Michelle Yeoh doesn't have any, so I feel like Michelle Yeoh had a kind of upper hand in her to begin with.
She won in 2013 for a movie called Blue Jasmine, Best Actress.
And she won 1998 for Elizabeth. No, The Aviator. You're right.
Nigga, let me go look up
She's-
what Blue Jasmine
yeah.
was.
I don't remember that damn movie. Holy shit! And she got nominated 2015 for Carol.
Damn,
She
she
been
must be a
nominated.
dog, huh?
Yo,
But
she's
she
been
nominated
nominated.
a lot.
Kate Blanchett's a
lot.
great actress. She's a
Yeah.
great actress.
Oh, this is who Kate Blanchett. I mean, yeah, she cool, but like, bro, I forgot the girl's name. But there are some actresses in Hollywood where they just get the best. Even if they're not the best actress, they always in the best scripts. They always in the best
Yeah.
movies.
Mm.
And I actually saw
she was in Lord of the
guy-
Rings. She was in
fam.
the Golden Age. Yeah.
This nigga on YouTube, I saw her a couple years ago. He like ranked off the worst actresses and actors that get the most roles, and it was literally because they deem them Hollywood sweethearts or whatever. I'm like, yeah, we know what that is. That's Terry Crews type stuff. Chill.
Oh my God.
Well, Red Pig, you'll recognize Kate Blanchett. She played Hela in Thor Ragnarok. You know, Thor's sister.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, she was the lady in Lord of the Rings.
Wait, wasn't she in that movie with Brad Pitt? Benjamin Button too. Well, I'm
I
tripping.
don't remember.
She was Galadriel. She was in a lot of movies.
But yeah, Michelle Yeoh won. Amazing performance. Michelle Yeoh is a
Yeah,
fucking Hollywood legend. I'm really glad she got the chance to win this award. It was definitely well deserved.
Do
was
y'all
in-
think Viola Davis should have been nominated? And
Yeah.
Danielle
Mickey.
Deadweiler? Yeah.
Oh, I was about.
And Danielle Deadweiler? Is that her name?
What is
She the
she
one
doing?
in Emmett Till movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
Oh
see that.
God.
Yeah,
I'm not-
some people said she should have been nominated. I don't know. Yeah,
I didn't even know that movie came out, to be real.
I didn't
Damn,
watch
I'm
that
not
movie
going-
because it's kind of traumatizing. I don't know if I want to watch that. but
Yeah,
I
I'm
heard
about
it's
to
I'm
tell
good.
you.
not. I'm
that
not.
shit.
I'm not spending no more money in rehashing slave movies and y'all remember the civil rights, right? No, I'm not buying no more movie tickets for that.
I'm
I'm
done
over
with
it.
the black trauma, fam.
It's
I'm done.
tired. It's tired, bro. That whole genre of trauma movies is tired.
You didn't fuck with
Same reason why
Emancipation?
niggas was.
Huh?
What was that movie that came out that it was about the
Emancipation.
hate that you give?
Eman-
Oh no, you're talking about something else.
Oh yeah.
Man, like, bro, I don't care. I don't care to see another nigga shot. Another nigga this, another nigga that. No, I don't.
Yeah, there's been 1,000 Fruitville stations. I'm not trying to see this shit.
Yeah, exactly. And then Will Smith came out with that Apple trying Oscar bait film. I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh, that little slave movie.
Emancipation, yeah.
Did he win an Oscar?
Yeah.
For that?
No, he was
No.
nominated.
Oh, I thought he slapped that nigga. That was last year. Didn't he win off that movie or something else?
I think he did win, bro. I think
yeah, he won off that
for
movie.
the tennis movie.
Yeah,
Right.
with
Oh,
yeah.
okay, he won off
He
that.
did-
won
he
for
did,
tennis.
yeah.
He didn't win for the Slave movie, which would have been which would have been in nominations this year. But I'm happy it didn't get shit because it doesn't deserve it.
Lashana Lynch.
Yeah.
I'm like, this nigga want to be in Django so bad. He really turned down Django to try to make his own slave movie. Like, nope, you missed the
No,
boat.
that shit was ass. Shout out to Jamie Foxx.
Lashana Lynch. Where was she in this year? She was in
Ain't she
She
from
She was Woman King too. Woman King too.
She from Captain Marvel. She played she
Yeah,
was in Doctor
yeah.
Strange last year.
Yeah. I mean, was she better than Viola in Woman King? I still haven't seen Woman King yet.
She was great. I don't know. I don't know if she was better, but she was great in that movie.
Oh.
But one more
Yeah.
category, y'all. Best Picture. A lot of nominees in this. Let me tell y'all the nominees. Movie called Women Talking, Triangle of Sadness, Top Gun Maverick, Tar, The Fablemans, Elvis, The Banshees of Inisherin, Avatar, All Quiet on the Western Front, and the winner, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Hey man, I'm gonna be real. I seen Elvis, bro. Pretty good movie. Not gonna lie. Even though Elvis like a dickhead.
What's this category one time? Movie of the year?
Yeah.
Best Picture.
I'm gonna stick with what I had. I had All Quiet on the Western Front as my movie of the year. So
What? No, I had Top Gun
yeah,
Maverick.
and Top Gun. And that's what I picked going in. My favorite movie would have been Top Gun Maverick, but I knew it wasn't gonna win. But I thought All Quiet on the Western Front was gonna run through it because they started off strong. They won four straight awards and then they stopped. So I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with who won, but that's still my movie of the year. Like if I had to pick, but I'm not mad at it. Like it was a great movie both ways. So
And what is Woman Talking?
I honestly don't know. I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Let me
Then
tell you
watch
though,
it.
just off topic, like why I love 2022 as far as movies go so much. It kind of proved two things. Top Gun and Avatar saved movie theaters, right? People went out to the movie theaters to see those movies, and it proved that, you know, regardless of what happened with COVID, regardless of streaming and all this type of stuff, people still value going to the movies. And me as somebody who likes to go to the movies, I am all for that. I don't want movie theaters to go away. So
You know, it's crazy you saying that, but you didn't support Avatar in theaters. So like,
because regardless of how I feel, I'm still, you know, thankful that a movie like that was able to get people to go to the theaters because that means theaters are going to stay.
do you think do you think Doctor Strange helped save theaters too?
No.
No, but
This is my thing. I don't get how you could say that about other two movies. Marvel movies always bring people to the theaters, though.
Yeah, that too. Marvel
Like I don't get, but people say that about I forgot what we said about last year, like Tenet or Dune.
No.
You say the movie, I'm like, bro,
Marvel movies bring Marvel fans to theaters. Them niggas want to see the movie.
But bro, it brings
No.
people. It brings people to theaters. That's my point, though. It doesn't. Those.
Top Gun got everybody to come to that movie, not just Top Gun
don't know.
fans. Everybody,
Just-
niggas who never seen Top Gun 1 went to go see Top Gun in the movie.
Yeah,
just
Marvel
Marvel
does the same
fans
thing,
alone
too.
don't bring in $500 million to the box office, nigga. It's more
Like,
than
By
Marvel
that same
still-
argument, by that same argument, why is Ant-Man 3 flopping and making the less money out of
Because-
all three Ant-Man movies?
Because Ant-Man movies don't notoriously make more money, and I think because
No.
they don't.
Ant-Man 3 is making less money than the first one.
What's
Did you know
that?
that? Did you know that? Did you know that? It's making less money than the first Ant-Man.
But so did Thor. Thor 4 made less movie than the third one too. I just think there's a point, an impasse with Marvel. I said it in the last podcast. people ain't with
Nigga, this
the
movie had
MCU no
this movie
more.
had Kang in it though. Come on, it had Kang
It
in
does,
it.
but I'm telling you, the way they framed the movie, they framed the movie to be something not as big as it's supposed to be. They put Kang in there. No one knows who Kang is because they didn't watch the shows. If no one watched the show, they're not going to watch the movie. That's what that's what I was telling the last podcast. You said the word Kang. I knew who Kang is because I read comics and I watched Loki.
You
People
don't,
who did not watch Loki
you don't have to know who Kang is to be
this shit.
excited. Come on, bro.
Yes, you
see,
do.
you watch
Bro,
the trailer.
they see some,
If you watch any of the
you see
Disney Plus
a
shows,
bell pepper nose black dude, nigga.
Oh my god.
What's it gonna be, man? Who the fuck is that? Most people who don't have a Disney Plus subscription. Who's this nigga? Come on,
hey man,
no,
niggas made a
no,
good point in the
no.
comment. Hey, look, Cooper. He said Marvel fans don't go see other
Don't see
films.
it. I seen that
They
shit.
only go
No.
see Marvel movies. That's
That's
my
not
point.
true.
That's my point.
That's besides the point. They're still going to see them go to the movie theater. That it doesn't matter if they're bringing other Marvel fans. They're still bringing people to the theater. That doesn't matter. Top Gun brought people to the theater.
Okay, let me rephrase. Let me rephrase this. Let me rephrase this. Let me rephrase my statement because it's the same thing we've seen with Scream 6. There are movies that get casual, like everyday people to go to the movies. And 2020, 2021, it wasn't happening like this. 2022 and like some movies that have been coming out now, we're just starting to see it. Top Gun was one of those movies where you had everyday regular people saying, you know what, I'm gonna go to the movies to see this. They didn't wait for it to come to streaming. They could have, like, think about it. 2020, 2021, niggas was like, oh, I'm just waiting for it to come to streaming. No, niggas went to the movies to see Top Gun. Niggas went to the movies to see Avatar. And niggas went to the movie to see Scream 6. They went to the movies.
Some people might not believe it exists, but COVID was a thing. That's why people didn't go to the movie theater. That's
Okay, but one time in that case, did Spider-Man No Way Home save theaters?
Yes, it did.
People went to go watch it.
It did because a lot of people who obviously had the Marvel fans, but a lot of people when they go see that movie who weren't Marvel fans.
When did that movie come out? 2019.
It came out at the end of 2021.
2021.
21.
Yeah.
So but to be fair, Spider-Man set it off. That was December 2021, and like I said, 2022 was since COVID last year. 2022 was the biggest year for movies.
So you can argue Marvel.
That makes sense.
You can argue Marvel is saving cinema.
Marvel movies don't go direct to Disney Plus.
I'm giving that credit to Tom Cruise.
You can argue no. You can argue
Top Gun and Tom Cruise saved the movies
because. I'll talk about No Way Home came out I'll talk about the animated movie. When did that come out?
We talking about?
Come on, Spider-Man. It's Spider-Verse.
That was 2018. Right? That was 2018.
Okay, I'll get confused. But all Marvel movies bring people. You act like Marvel people like Marvel movies are these subset of humans, bro. They're human beings that go to the movies to watch movies. Yes, it may not be your grandma going to watch the movie.
But what I'm saying is they go regardless. They go regardless. I'm talking about everyday people.
That's why they say the movie. That's why they release Marvel movies, and then all the movies in the theater are Marvel because they know people are going to watch it.
They hog all the screens.
Because they know people. Look, what movie came out recently and no one was watching that shit? Babylon came out on Christmas. There was no Marvel movie out at the time. None.
Babylon had terrible marketing, though. They had terrible marketing.
But come on, son. No one went to. It was a Christmas movie. Usually, Christmas movies do pretty well.
Yeah, terrible marketing.
Hey, did you say Christmas movies?
Yeah, I mean, movies that come out like that week of Christmas usually have to do well because people are off. Yeah. People go to the movies like you don't release a superhero movie around Christmas. You just release like an
actual Christmas movies like the Chris
Brown. No.
It's like around Christmas.
Yeah, it was released the day before Christmas, and they did that. Like usually, Christmas movies that released on Christmas or the day before, or the day after, do really well. They don't. Yeah. Marvel movies come out and people go watch them. Whether it's the nerds who come and watch it, well, guess what? The nerds kept the movies in afloat because in 2020, 2021, there was a couple more movies that came out, like Shang-Chi, that kept movies alive, and that shit released during COVID too. So I don't buy that. Oh yeah, they're just saying that shit because it's not a Marvel movie and it made $1 billion. Yeah. But Marvel movies come out and make $1 billion, and they don't think that's the same movie theaters too.
I'm about to say No Way Home made $1 billion.
Yeah, No Way Home made $1 billion, and they came out during COVID. Like I don't want to hear that bullshit. People want to come out. and I'm not saying Marvel movies are great. I've been a big critic of them, but no, people go and watch them in droves, and the movie theaters will clear their entire fucking theaters out just for those Marvel movies because they know they're gonna make thousands of dollars of concessions because people are gonna come and watch the shit. Like, I don't buy that shit.
So
Yeah.
okay.
Well, either way, it's like I said, I'm happy because I want movie theaters to stay.
Yeah, I agree.
They're always gonna say they're never gonna go away as much as people always panic about it. That's just never going away.
I don't know, bro.
As long-
It for a while it was looking like them shits
Because of
COVID,
Because
yeah,
of
a lot of
COVID. Because
theaters
of COVID.
Yeah.
Before COVID, movies were at the height. Because what came out before COVID? Endgame.
Yep.
Even in COVID, nigga, I was still going to the movies. Like
I was going. I watched Tenet.
Nobody
during
else
the
was
movie.
going for
Bro,
it.
there's a
Yeah.
bunch of people. Like, there's a bunch of people, and movies are so massive. Like, I still buy. It took me a while to only buy digital games. For years, I was still buying I was literally going to the store and buying a physical game.
Yeah.
You know, like the only
Bro.
reason why movies will go away is if like
direct to TV, everything goes direct to streaming.
Right, like-
not even then, bro. Because Avatar proved that you can't get an experience like that at home, bro. No matter how. hard you
no. The only way the movie theaters would get away is if AMC or the mainstay Cinemark got their own streaming service. Because
Which
it'd be
wouldn't
like with
happen.
CDs. Like who buys CDs anymore? Cars don't even come with CD players. Like
Yeah,
the
that's
entire industry said no more CDs. Like now niggas buy vinyls. They don't buy CDs. So
Yeah,
unless
I still like
those-
CDs too. I'm mad about that.
unless theaters like literally say, all right, well, we got our own streaming service where we at a discounted rate, you can stream them day one, or we can compete with HBO Max, who gets it day one and stuff like that, or Disney Plus. There's always going to be a movie theater.
And the movies that went direct to DVD, like what's the Black Widow movie? That shit did horrible. So
Yeah, that
it's
shit
like
bad, though.
and it was a bad movie. So guess what? Disney's like, shit, we ain't doing this shit no more. We're going back to the theaters day one, and then we're gonna release the movie 2 months later.
Yeah.
That movie theater dying shit was a whole bunch of bullshit because niggas was mad at Marvel movies making millions, billions of dollars, and then people release pieces of shit. You know, why is my piece of shit not making as much as this piece of shit movie? Because you're a piece of shit without a brand. That's why.
On top of that,
nigga.
Tyrek, on top of that, back in the day, movies that weren't supposed to make that much money were still making money because there was nowhere else.
DVDs, and then they make.
No, it
yeah.
wasn't even DVDs. Before streaming was back when Netflix, you still had to have a DVD sent to your house, nigga.
Oh, yep,
When,
yeah.
when you want to see a movie, you either go on a Blockbuster that got movies that's been in there for the past 5-6 years, or you go into the theaters. Nigga, that's how rom-coms were able to stay alive. That's how the one-offs where it's a random new actor, random plot, but it was a cute little movie. Shit like that was able to thrive because once I go to the weekend and see that movie, well, what's out? Okay, I guess we'll go see that. That's how niggas used to go see movies. It was what is out this weekend. And movies, not only that, we used to have dollar movies. We don't have dollar movies no more. It used to be like a movie come out and in a month it'll be at the dollar movie if I didn't catch it on the first
That's true,
few
that's
weeks,
true.
right?
Yeah,
So it's like streaming took that away as well. Certain movies you're not gonna fly, bro. I don't. If I want to watch a B tier movie, I'll go to Netflix. If I want to watch a movie like The Platform could have released in theaters and did okay.
You
Stuff
gotta
like
make
that.
a good movie. You gotta make a good movie. And
That's what I'm saying, and it's like niggas that are signing checks and writing this movie, okaying this, green lighting that. I'm glad they failing. Keep it out. You're just clouding up the Showtime space. Move, nigga, move.
I don't think a movie that deserves to flop, or that didn't deserve the flop,
Babylon.
they deserve the flop. Like that's like that one-off movie. But most movies that flop, they kind of deserve the flop. Like it's like, bro, the movie wasn't good. Like unless it's like some A24 movie that comes out and it's limited release. I mean, it's a limited release. What you want people to do? If you have the movies in for 2 fucking days, like you're not gonna make that much money. But you know that going in, the budget's
But
nothing.
they know who to do that with. Like with Lamb,
Yeah.
you literally had to buy a ticket on A24's website and stream it from their website. You couldn't screen record, you couldn't screenshot, like it locked your browser down.
Yeah, or like the Green Knight. The Green Knight came out for 2 days and didn't come back to theaters, but their budget was $100,000. Like they made their money back.
I don't have any more opinions on the Oscars if y'all trying to talk about Scream.
Yeah.
Well, I want to ask you real quick.
Oh,
Is your guy BT coming in?
I'm trying to get him. He might be doing something. I tried to see if E-Rock wanted to come in because E-Rock actually went back
Scream.
and watched some of the older Screams, didn't he? So
Yeah,
let's see
I
if
watched
he-
I watched Scream 1 and 2 also. Real quick.
Can I just say one more thing about the Oscars?
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, even just discussing it, I just felt like this whole thing could just be a series of like tweets. I don't see it. I don't get how this is still like the Oscars is still going on. Like, you know, when it was just like when I was hearing you guys talk about that stuff, I'm just like, there's nothing interesting. Like, what made last year's one with the whole Will Smith stuff? It's, I don't know.
You think is they lost his place?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people have been complaining, saying the Oscars is boring
because they're snooty. It's stuck up. You know, they don't want to nominate certain movies for certain awards, like superhero movies or movies based on like fantasy, unless like you blow it out the water like Lord of the Rings. Like you're not gonna get nominated, which I think that's fucked up. Because if your movie's good, the movie's good. I don't like how they exclude certain movies out of it because it's not the movie you eat wine and cheese to.
Oh yeah, because you know what Scorsese said is basically how most probably the voters feel. They don't respect superhero movies. Even Leonardo DiCaprio.
It's not even superhero movies. It's just any type of fantasy movie.
And Leonardo DiCaprio told your boy from Dune, he said, "Don't take no superhero movies." Like that just tell you how most high class Hollywood people feel about Marvel in general, superhero.
Yeah, but when they get the money offered to them, they'll sign on. How much you want to bet? They throw $50 million at Leonardo, that nigga's taking the shit.
I don't know. He said he never took it. Didn't they offer him? Didn't Marvel offer him something?
Everyone says Marvel offered him something, and we never really know because Lawrence Fishburne forgot he was in the fucking movie, but he was like, "Oh shit, I was in Ant-Man too." They asked him about the other day, he forgot. Yeah. So a lot of people be saying talking shit about it and forget they're in the movie. Like what's her name? Gwyneth, the Paltrow, Tony's girlfriend.
Oh, Pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah, she don't know she's in the movies, bro. She don't even know what the fuck her role. She just goes in, does her shots, and that's it. She don't know like the story or care about it. Most of these actors, she don't know.
Isn't she a pretty high class actor too?
She's like, she was back like 10 or 15 years ago. I mean, right now she doesn't really get too much roles, but I mean, they don't really give a fuck. But unless you're a main actor like Robert Downey Jr. or like Chris Evans, like, yeah, you're probably not going to give a shit, but the money's good, so you'll do it. So the money's good enough, most of these actors taking the money.
Okay.
Keanu Reeves is going to take the money. Like, they want him in the MCU. And he'll take the money, and he's a great fucking actor. No one's going to, it's not going to ruin his fucking reputation in his Marvel movie. They're just talking shit because they're not in the fucking movie.
Yeah.
Just a little boring, yeah. Let's move on, fam.
All right, y'all. Well, we got two more topics, two main ones. Give our thoughts on Creed 3 and Scream 6. I want to talk about Creed only because I feel like we can get that out the way real quick.
Yeah.
And then talk about Scream. Oh, I also want Tyrick to give his thoughts on 65 because that'll be quick.
You want me to do 65 first? Because
go ahead.
I didn't watch it. All right, guys. Adam Driver should be put in jail. He should be put in jail for like 5 years and make him watch this movie every fucking day around the clock. This is the worst movie I think I've seen since Tarzan in 2016. This movie is bad. Like so I'm gonna give a quick synopsis. They already spoiled the movie for you guys. That 65 just means 65 million years ago. He crashes on the Earth 65 million years ago. It's basically Jurassic Park 3, but in the past. He lands on the Earth. His daughter is passed away. They spoil this in the trailer, so I'm not spoiling anything. Daughter passes away. One of the passengers on the ship is a young girl, and it reminds him of his daughter, and they try to survive. That's the point of the movie, and it sounds good in concept, but they didn't execute shit. The CGI was horrible. The only thing cool about that movie was the gun to do that, because it reminded me of fucking Destiny. That's it.
I was gonna ask. I was literally gonna see the movie because I wanted to see how the gun worked. Does
the gun is a cool.
It's like a hydrogen or shoot air.
I have no clue what it shoots, but that shit was cool. That's the only thing in the movie that was alright. And you see like the ammo run. You see like the ammo on the side of the gun where like the LED screen that tells you how much shots it has left. That was cool. Beyond that, Adam Driver, I don't know what the fuck he was. It wasn't like he was even acting. It's like they told him, "Hey, just talk and hold this gun and walk in a straight line."
You know what's funny?
That was the movie.
That movie, the way they advertised that gun, it's like when you know, when 3D horror movies, they would have that one weapon was like, ooh, it's gonna come at you.
Yeah.
That's what I thought this gun was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be literally a showcase for the gun, and they don't even tell you what to shoot.
No, that gun is the most important part of that movie, and
Yeah,
that's how.
it's
But
the only
that movie,
weapon.
yeah, it's his only weapon, and it's the only thing I was like, oh shit, this is pretty cool. And then the rest of the movie, I was like, damn, I can't wait to leave this shit.
Wow.
The other person, I forgot her name, the young girl in the movie, she's a stereotypical 10-year-old. Her parents died. Great. I'm looking for a father figure. We've seen it. It's The Last of Us in space, bro. Sorry, The Last of Us on Earth was 65 million years ago. I love The Last of Us. They gotta stop doing this father-son, father-daughter shit, bro. They need
I got a
to
question.
end this shit.
I got
Yeah.
a question.
know-
Oh, go ahead, John.
Okay. You know that sounds like a film similar to. You remember Tom Cruise in Oblivion? He had a really cool gun in it. He had
Yes.
this really cool aesthetic with the tech, but the
Yeah.
story and the plot itself was just trash. And it was just him and one other person, and it like it's giving me
Yeah,
like Oblivion vibes.
But Oblivion, if these are the only two movies in existence, Oblivion will win the Oscar every fucking week. This shit, shit's
Oblivion's
so-
pretty fucking bad.
Oblivion. Oh my god, Oblivion. I'd rather watch Oblivion my rest of my entire life than watch this movie. It was 2 hours. I mean, it wasn't long, but it was like, damn, man.
It was 90 minutes, huh?
Well, yeah, it was like it was like maybe a little less than that. But I was like, damn, man, this movie was 90 minutes, and I felt like I was there for hours because I was waiting for the plot to hit me. There was no plot to the movie. It was literally it should have been a video game. This would have been a cool video game.
Wait.
But
Is
it should have been a movie.
it worse than After Earth?
That's what I
Oh
thought.
my god! At least After Earth got like a original plot. This is Last of Us, Jurassic Park 3 combined. Like they switched together. It's like, damn, Last of Us show's popular. Let's put dinosaurs in it to make it a little different. And that's it. They're like, yeah, just Adam Driver, just talk, little girl, be a little girl, and let's run the camera, and that's it. Cool CGI effects from 2005, and that was it. I don't understand why this movie was made and who the movie was made for. Because if they're trying to make this for Jurassic Park fans, I don't know why. The dinosaurs did not look good. The CGI was fucking horrible. The CGI from Jurassic Park 3 looks better.
Yes, sir.
It's that's 2001. So the CGI, the dinosaurs didn't look intimidating at all. There's no raptors in the movie. You know what would have been good? They put raptors in, but they didn't really have raptors in the movie. They had a big T-Rex and these small little. They're not raptors, but they're smaller little reptiles, and that was about it. It wasn't that intimidating.
Somebody said
Like,
it's The Last of Us with dinosaurs.
Yeah. There wasn't any suspense. You knew they were going to live. Like, there's only two people in the movie, and it was like, you're not going to let the little girl die. And you don't think Adam's going to die because he just lost his daughter. So I'm like, there's no suspense. Like, there was no stakes at all. Like, I just don't understand what the point of that movie was, what the message was. There was just no thematic punch behind it. It was just, damn, cool gun, dinosaurs, cool. This is a solid Red movie. You'd love this movie, actually.
LOL.
Yeah, this is a solid Red out of 10, bro. This is the type of movie you definitely go watch.
Yeah,
Just a headbutting good time.
Yeah.
They got Confederate flags in that movie. Oh man.
Oh God. But don't watch this movie. I know Red Peg and I think John Bill's gonna watch it. Don't watch. Please don't. Please don't watch the movie, bro. Save your
Yes,
life.
I might not. I don't know.
I've had a headache since
I
last Thursday.
I might be feeling feisty one night. I might go see it, bro.
No, I've had a headache since I watched that movie. It has not gone away. Don't watch this movie.
All right.
All right, y'all.
The T-Rex was on steroids. Yeah, he's right. Whoever said that in the chat, yeah, the T-Rex was on steroids.
Let's talk about Creed 3 before we get to Scream, because I think only a couple of us saw Creed.
Yes, sir.
Red Peg, go ahead, go first. First of all, tell us your history with Creed. If you've seen the first two, if you didn't,
I've seen the first. I seen the first one. I didn't really see the second one. I fell asleep on the second one. So, but you told me I don't really have to see the second one to enjoy myself in the movie.
Right.
But nigga. I think, nigga, this is my movie of the year so far. I ain't gonna lie to you, nigga.
Yeah.
The story, the story not nothing special. It's like, it's a Creed. You know who he know. You know he gonna win. Blah blah blah. But Michael B. Jordan, he a dog. He got in shape for that movie. Jonathan Majors, the best part of this movie, in my opinion. I ain't gonna lie to you. I know Alex hating on him, talking about he been doing the same shit
Nah,
lately in all his
Jonathan
movies.
Majors. What the world?
You sure, nigga?
I said that I feel like I've seen every piece of him. Pause. But I mean, I still like him as an actor.
Hey man, this movie is fire, bro. I like nigga. Also, the soundtrack, fire. If you see the Adobe, the song's gonna slap. You're gonna be nodding your head. What else? Oh, this Michael B. Jordan directional debut, by the way. Gorgeously shot movie, really colorful, pretty movie. The CGI in the last fight is kind of sus, but other than that, I don't
I
got no
saw
issue
that
with
on
it.
Twitter, like the way the crowd looked.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I like the movie. It's grounded in reality. That Stephen A. Smith, you know, he a movie actor now. He in the movie.
He was in the movie, okay.
Yeah, the movie is fire, nigga. Oh yeah, also, didn't they say they had some law, some shit come out that they can't discriminate against deaf people or some shit, and they have to give them like the acting role? Because I know there's a lot of deaf kids getting roles now.
Yeah,
Like
I'm not sure, but that would
nah,
make
just-
sense. There has been a lot more representation for deaf people, like in the last few years in movies that I've noticed.
Yeah, because when I was watching the movie, I instantly thought of the kid from Last of Us, and I was like, huh. Because I've seen a lot of more deaf people. It's in
I
particular.
mean, the girl in Eternals, what's her name?
She
The
deaf?
speedster.
Oh, she's deaf too. Yeah. Oh, she deaf in real life. I thought it was just a movie.
No, she's deaf in real life, and she's been in other movies. She was actually the first time I saw her was in Walking Dead. She was in one of the seasons of Walking Dead, like 2016. She's been acting a long time. But yeah, they've been doing it a lot recently, like deaf actors. Me personally, I don't have a problem with it, especially if they're good actors. Each time that we've seen it, in my opinion, so far they've been good. So
It's been good. Yeah. So yeah, shout out to the deaf actors out there. Good movie. To me, my favorite movie of the year so far. 8 out of 10. Solid. You should go watch it.
Damn, do you think it?
okay.
Do
You
you think
say
it could? Do you think it could end up on your top 10?
Oh yeah, easily.
Oh, okay.
Might make the top 5, man.
Oh,
Now, who else saw Creed 3 in here?
Not I.
no, not yet. I'm going to.
Damn,
Okay, perfect,
y'all should have seen it before it left Dolby, man.
Wow, look at Jack in the chat. This boy crazy. So real quick, if you haven't seen Creed, like any of them, Creed 1 and 2 are on HBO Max. I believe they put them on there like a few weeks ago before the new one came out. I definitely recommend watching them. Creed 1 is really, really good. Creed 2 was good to me. Some people don't like Creed 2 for whatever reason, I guess, but I don't know. To me, Creed 2 is great. And then the new one is great. And you don't have to be like, if you're a fan of the Rocky movies and you've seen most of them, it'll enhance your experience, but you don't really need to watch those movies to like or watch Creed. You know what I mean? You can go in and watch Creed for what it is and still get an enjoyment out of it.
Well, I
I'm
heard
talking-
that.
Hey, Walt, I got a question. Did you like that she didn't say John a lot this movie?
Yo, yeah. So his girlfriend, she's supposed to be from Philly. I noticed in the first movie when they start dating and stuff, she's telling him about Philly slang and shit. It was kind of cheesy, like how she was trying to be like, "Oh,
Get
a
the
John."
John.
She was trying to explain what a John was, all this type of stuff. But you know, it was bad. But she don't talk like that in this movie for real. What were you
Ooh,
gonna say,
wait, I
John?
gotta-
Don't hold on, John was gonna say
I
something.
was gonna say, the reason why people didn't like Creed 2 was because they felt it didn't stand on its own 2 feet, like it pulled too much from
Yeah.
the Rocky stuff. So
Mhm.
that's why I wanted to ask Red, did Creed 3, is it like using a lot of stuff from the Rocky films to help itself stand up, or is this like completely wholly original?
Oh, you talking about like to the other movies?
Yeah, like how much nostalgia bait is in Creed 3? That's basically what
Oh,
I'm asking.
none at all. But in my
Okay.
opinion,
Because that's
I mean,
why a lot of people kind of didn't like Creed 2.
I'm about to say, if anything, it just pulled from the first 2 Creed movies.
All right.
Yeah, so let me tell you about Creed 3. So, like I said, I've seen all of them. I'm a fan of. I've seen all the Rocky movies. I've even seen the ones people don't like Rocky 5. I saw Rocky 2006. I think is the last Rocky movie that came out. I've seen all the Rocky movies. Great movies. You know, I like them a lot. So when Creed first came out, I think it was 2015 was the first movie. I was looking forward to it. Creed 1 is great. Like Creed 1 is a really, really good movie. Creed 2 I liked a lot. The thing about Creed 2, the story is not necessarily as good as the first movie, but I liked the fact that we got to see Ivan Drago back, and you get to see Ivan Drago's son and their story, kind of like what happened to them after Ivan lost to Rocky. Me personally, I like that storyline, and the fight and the training and all that stuff I thought was cool in that movie. So we get to Creed 3. Creed 3 is really, really good, right? First thing I noticed as soon as the movie started, bro, the cinematography, the camera work is crazy. This is fire. And it kind of bummed me out because that first fight, like as soon as the movie starts, bro, he's doing like some camera cuts and zooms. Like he goes for a punch and like the camera freeze frames and like zooms in. It's really good camera work in that first fight that I was hoping they was going to do more. That they didn't really do it in like the fights after that. Fight. But yeah, the camera work in the entire movie though, camera work is fire. The fight choreography is great. And Michael B, I was watching some behind the scenes stuff. Michael B was saying how, when they're boxing, a lot of the times they aren't just like fake punches. They aren't just like whiffing punches and then like making it look like a punch. He's saying that a lot of those moves you can't really like fake. You have to actually do them. So they're actually hitting each other. They're pulling their punches, so they're not hurting nobody. But he's actually like hitting people, and you could see it. Like, so yeah, the fight choreography was great. I thought the soundtrack. Creed has been known for their soundtracks. I'm talking about every movie, 1, 2, and 3. They all have great soundtracks. This one has one of the best. The sound design too. I saw this movie in Dolby. Like, when they're fighting and you can hear the punches. You feel it in your, especially in that seat. When the music comes in, like I'm talking about the bass is knocking. Like it's nice, bro. It's a nice sounding movie.
Bass is knocking.
Hey, bro, it was, bro. He got a Dr. Dre song that come on and like
in the beginning of the song.
The bass, I'm like, ooh, like it's like y'all probably know what this is like when you're a little kid and you in the car and they got the speakers in the trunk and you feel it in your chest. It kind of feel like oh shit.
I'm telling you, son, you feel it.
This bass.
Nigga, you know the song, Alex. You know the song "The Watcher," Dr. Dre, "The Watcher."
No.
Oh my god, you lame. Well, that's the first song that played, and nigga, that bit hit. I was like, oh my god, nigga, they just set the vibe for the movie good. Hey, Wanta, I got a question for you though.
Yeah.
Where do you rank Creed 3 training montage for like the Rocky series and the Creed series? Like, where do you rank that training montage?
That's funny you ask. So the movie is great, but I did think the training montage was the weakest, especially out of all the Creed movies. Creed 2 training montage was fire. Creed 1 had fire training. And then even the Rocky movies all have like classic training movies. I mean, the nigga punching the meat, him running on the beach.
Excuse me? What did you say?
Yeah,
punching the meat.
Hey man, Rocky was beating the meat in the freezer, man. He was beating the meat up. He was beating the meat crazy. So yeah, out of all the movies, even the Creed movies, I did think the training montage in Creed 3 was the weakest, but it didn't ruin the movie. But let me tell you about a couple things. Two things I want to touch on. One, Michael B. This is his first movie that he's directed. His directorial debut.
Yep.
One thing I've noticed about actors who become directors, I won't say all the time, but like 9 times out of 10, they're pretty good directors. And I think the reason for that is they have the experience of being in front of the camera and working with directors, especially they get the chance to work with really good ones, and they soak all of that knowledge and information in, and they can kind of use that to their advantage. Michael B. Jordan is, obviously he started his career as a kid. We know him from The Wire, but he's had the chance to work with, really good directors like Ryan Coogler. Ryan Coogler is a guy who he made a lot of movies with Michael B. Jordan even before the MCU, and you know he was able to soak up all that knowledge, and even being on a show like The Wire, one of the greatest shows ever, being a part of that show as a kid, like he has a lot of experience working with really good directors, and you can kind of see that pay off with this movie. He did a really good job directing, I think. He's obviously not done directing. He's announced that they're going to be doing some more things with the Creed universe. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I think he did a really good job for his first movie. I mean, some other actors who are directors, Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck is a great director. Some of the things that I've seen him direct. You know, one other guy who I don't know if y'all know, but so there's a TV show on HBO that I love called Barry. The guy who's in that show, Bill Hader. He used to be on Saturday Night Live, a comedian, but he's actually a really good actor. He does a lot of serious roles. He has serious moments in Barry where he's just amazing, but he's also a director. He directed a lot of the episodes from last season. He's an amazing director. So I think actors becoming actors becoming directors is usually a good sign. The second thing though, so when this movie came out, he talked about the anime influence. Michael B. Jordan is a huge anime fan in real life, and so when he got the chance to direct this movie, he wanted to kind of bring some of his love for anime into the movie, and you could see it right off the bat. I think in the first fight of the movie, there's a shot where he punches a guy in the gut, and he does that like Dragon Ball Z move where like they get punched in the stomach and you can see them hunch over and they're like slow mos. Like he has that. If you guys have seen the anime Hajime no Ippo, the boxing anime, there's a lot of moves from that anime that are in the movie. So if you're an anime fan, you'll definitely notice the influence, and I thought that was cool. I thought that was really interesting, and I think it translates really well. I thought it didn't look cheesy, it didn't look corny. It actually looked really good. And something that he did in the final fight. So in the final fight, he's fighting Jonathan Major's character, and they have this moment where they're in the ring fighting, and then all of a sudden it like transitions into this scene where it's just them in the ring. Like they're imagining it's just them in the ring. There's no crowd, there's no audience, and it's just quiet. And there's no words. It's literally just them throwing hands. That's like a straight pull from the animes, like specifically Naruto. Naruto has a few moments like that in the anime where, there's no words. It's just straight hands, just them two fighting. It's quiet. I thought that was fire in the way that they did that. So overall, I think Creed 3 is great. In my opinion, the Creed trilogy gets better each movie. Creed 1 is great. Creed 2 to me was better. Creed 3 is the best. And that's just my opinion. So if you haven't seen Creed 3, it's still in theaters.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely go check it out. If you haven't seen any of the Creeds, you can watch 1 and 2 on HBO before you go see Creed 3. Great movies.
Creed over Rocky?
Yes, in my opinion.
Really?
Me personally, I'm gonna say no, only because I don't know, man. The Rocky movies are just classics. Creed is not a classic. It's a great trilogy, but it ain't no classic. It ain't no Rocky, bro. The Rocky movies is classics.
Agreed.
Okay. Hey, when we talk about Scream, are we talking spoilers, right?
Yeah,
I don't know, y'all, because the movie did technically.
Look, we're just telling them right now. We talking about spoilers. If you don't want to hear it, go watch the movie first.
All right, y'all. Yeah. So let's give them enough time, bro. Right now, we finna bring up Scream. We're gonna talk spoilers. If you haven't seen Scream, leave the video now. You can watch this back after you see Scream if you want to hear us talk about it. But we warning y'all now, man. We warning y'all now. Leave the stream if you have not seen Scream 6. Anybody in the chat, E-Rock, Jack Move, Kiso, if you want to come in and talk about Scream 6, you are welcome to come in now to talk about Scream 6. But yeah, spoiler warning.
Yeah, let Jack and E-Rock come in.
Yeah, I don't care about spoilers, but I didn't watch the movie, so they can come in and talk about it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Well, I'm gonna say this: the movie was better than I expected. Nigga, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not a big
Hold on.
scary movie.
Hold on. Real quick, before we talk about the spoilers, have any of y'all seen Scream 5? Came out last year in January. Have y'all seen Scream
Nope.
5?
I didn't even know a Scream movie came out last year.
This is the first Scream movie I've watched in totality.
Okay. So let me
Only
get a
Scream
couple
movie I've seen
things.
is the first one.
Let me get a couple things out of the way. Scream 5. I watched it before Scream 6 came out. Great movie, right? I thought it was cool. If you haven't seen Scream 5, it is streaming on Peacock. You can watch it there. No, I'm sorry, Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus actually has all the Scream movies. I'm talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and they're going to have 6. I think they said next month or May. So Paramount Plus has all the Scream movies. Where do we want to start, man? Red Pig, give us your thoughts on Scream 6. You didn't see the last one, but give us your thoughts on Scream 6.
I ain't gonna lie, my expectations was low. You know, I'm not a scary movie guy, but this one, shockingly good. I'm gonna be real, shockingly good.
Did you get scared at any point during the movie?
No,
Did
it
you
wasn't
clutch your
scary. It was
pearls at any point?
suspenseful. It was suspenseful. It was suspenseful. I'm gonna give a non-spoiler review, you know, before we get into spoilers. But it was cool. You know, I thought the ending was predictable. I thought all the acting was good though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought it made fun of scary movies. I like that part about it too. The special effects wasn't bad either. You know the stabbing and shit. It was cool. It was violent. I like the kills and all that shit. So it wasn't really scary. Is this a scary movie for real? Like, or it's like a slasher? It's
a slasher. I mean, most slashers are not really scary in my opinion. So it kind of falls in line with that.
Yeah, because I didn't find it scary at all, nigga.
It
It didn't do any of the classic scary movie tropes. Like, it didn't have many jump scares or any at all.
They've never really been known as like scary. It's more so of, I mean, we'd have to get somebody in here that's familiar with the series, but I've never known it to be like seen as some type of scary movie where I'm, you know.
The scariest scene in the movie, or the most like suspenseful one, was the subway scene, which is my favorite scene in the movie, by the way.
You said that was the most expensive one?
Suspenseful, nigga.
Oh, I was like, how do you know that? Okay.
Yeah, I fucked with that scene. That was kind of scary. That was fire to me. Best scene in the movie for me.
Based on what you saw, are you? Because they pretty much confirmed Scream 7 is in the works.
I don't know how that would work though.
Will you look forward to Scream 7?
Not really.
When we get everybody's opinion, I got a theory on what Scream 7 go be.
Oh, I'm gonna talk spoilers then. Shit.
Hold on, let's give everybody, and then we could do that. So,
all right.
Alex, you said you haven't seen Scream in a long time. When's the last time you saw a Scream movie, and which one? Before this one?
Honestly, bro, no, I've never sat and watched a Scream movie in totality. It's always been
like parts of
it. Or scary movie 1 type stuff. Like, some people can love the fandom of Scream, where they play on the movie tropes of regular horror slasher flicks or whatever. But to me, I just never gave it credence. When I go to scary movies, I want to be scared for real. And I see Scream like Halloween. I don't find Halloween scary. I don't buy into the, ooh, it's Michael Myers. Like, Freddy Krueger is probably the scariest of the 3. Right? If we just gonna say the big slasher films. So I came into this unbiased. I came into it kind of literally saying, whatever you give me, I'll take. And I had a really good time. Like, the kills were gruesome. The dialogue was smart. There were funny moments where I legit laughed, to where it wasn't no belly gutting laugh, but it was enough where I was okay, that was funny, I didn't hate the characters. There was only 1 or 2. Sometimes when you see slasher flicks, it's like, oh my god, the character is so dumb, I'm annoyed. I'm not even having fun watching it. Like, I'm so annoyed. It's like watching Marvel movies and the child gets the entire world in chaos because they didn't know how to sit home and just sit down somewhere. It wasn't one of those. Like, I liked the characters. I thought it was realistic. I liked how anybody could get it. It was it was predictable, but I think they purposely wanted it to be predictable. Like it's a slasher flick. It's like the Scooby Doo, we pull the mask off type thing. So I called it. I knew who the killers were, of course, but it was a really good flick. Who directed this?
I can tell you in a quick second.
Idea. I must say I have no idea.
I just know I came in no expectations and I left really happy that I went and saw it. So very good start. It was well shot. It didn't feel slow. It started off killing people. Like within the first within the first 30 minutes, somebody had already got the first 15 to 20, somebody got stabbed up.
It started off kind of fast.
We gonna talk about spoilers, right? Like when the first I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna just say my first impression. When I saw the dude kill somebody, I thought that, keep in mind, I didn't see Scream 5. I thought it was gonna be the universe has a bunch of them. You see what I'm saying? Because remember you saw the trailer and they had the bat cave of all the suits. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, it's gonna be one of them things where anybody could be the killer because everybody wants to be Ghost. That's what I thought it was gonna be.
Right.
But yeah, bro, this is really cool. This is really cool.
So real quick,
Butch said if we spoil and I got a dip. I think we doing non-spoilers right now.
We're doing non-spoilers right now, Butch. And then we'll get to spoilers. We'll let you know. But real quick, Alex, directors. It was 2 directors. They also did Scream 5. So, first director, his name is Matt Bettinelli Open.
Matt Booty? Oh.
He worked on VHS. You know that scary movie VHS?
Yeah, that wasn't as scary.
A 2019 horror movie called Ready or Not. And Scream 5. He also has some other movies, but those are the notable ones. And then the other director's name is Tyler Gillett. Real quick, Red Pick, did you see what I tagged you in?
Wait 1 second.
E-Rock needs the movie guys role, so he can come in here.
Tell E-Rock, tell E-Rock join the chat right quick, and I'll drag him down.
But yeah, I thought it was good. As somebody who's not some big Scream fan, I really enjoyed it.
So, Tyrek, John Donuts, did y'all see the movie?
They said they didn't see it.
No, I haven't seen it. Like, kind of similar to Alex. I've always heard about it. I've watched the first one. My friends used to talk about it. It was always in the pop culture, but it just never clicked with me. Saw did, and a few others, but Scream was just always somewhat out of reach for me. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, you know it exists, but you're not going out of your way to go.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw Scream 1 and 2 when I was younger, and that was when I was 7 or 8 years old. So, and I haven't seen a Scream movie since.
Well, real quick, let me.
Scary were better than them. That's
the scary movie you said.
Yeah, scary movie. The parodies about them, I thought it were better than that.
Yeah. Well, let me tell y'all my thoughts real quick because I'll be short, and I want to hear it from Jack and E-Rock. So funny enough, and we talked about this, because we talk about movies a lot, obviously here in the home base, and people were surprised, oh, you never seen Scream? You never seen Scream? This is the thing about me, right? Scream 1, I've always I like kind of like how Alex said, I've seen parts of it, right? I already knew the ending because for some reason I saw the ending years ago, the final scene. So Scream 1, the ending was ruined for me, and I never really wanted to watch the movie because of that. Saw the ending of Scream 1, never saw Scream 2, 3, 4, whatever. I grew up watching the scary movies though, the comedy ones. Scary Movie 1, 2, and 3, I've seen 100,000 times. Those were kind of the only reference point I had to Scream. So when they announced Scream 6, well, first of all, last year Scream 5 came out. When Scream 5 came out, it was a bunch of buzz. I remember everybody saying it was actually good. I didn't expect it to be good because the last Scream kind of flopped. Scream 4 flopped. So I was just assuming this one was going to just do nothing. But Scream 5 actually did really well. People said it was good. And I was like, okay, that's cool. But I didn't actually watch it. They announced Scream 6. And I saw the trailer and I'm like, wow, this actually looks really interesting. So a few weeks ago, I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and watch these Scream movies, and I wanted to get the full story. So I finally watched Scream 1 all the way through on Paramount. Scream 1 is great. I can see why people like it a lot. The reason why I like Scream, and the thing that it's kind of a theme they've kept the entire franchise. It's like a parody on scary movies. You know, it's not afraid to make fun of itself, make fun of scary movie tropes. Because of that, it can be kind of, you know, goofy and silly and sometimes, but it can also kind of be dark when it needs to be. And we still see that today with Scream 6. So Scream 1 I thought was great. Scream 2 was good. I actually like Scream 2 better than Scream 1 personally. I thought the kills were better and things like that. And then I actually I skipped Scream 3 for two reasons. One, because I heard Scream 3 is not that great. And the other reason is because I figured I could just watch a recap and get what I needed out of that. So I watched a recap of Scream 3 and Scream 4. And then I watched Scream 5. Scream 5 is really good. Really, really good. That's the one that came out last year. Again, it kind of carries the torch of being a parody. It's not afraid to make fun of itself. But I thought it had a really good storyline. The kills were good. And it does this thing. The entire Scream movie does this thing where they basically tell you who the killer is, like, in the first act of the movie. Like, they don't tell you, like, straight up, but they pretty much give you, like, clues who the killer is in the first act of the movie. But then they spend the rest of the movie throwing you off the trail. And Scream 5 did a really good job of that, because as soon as the movie, like, first act, I'm like, oh, okay, he's the killer. Spoiler alert, the first Scream 5, the older sister, I forget her name, the older sister, her boyfriend is the killer. And Scream 5, they flat up say, like, you might be the killer. And he gives all these reasons as to why he's not the killer. And it throws you off the trail. And then they introduce other people who might be the killer. So by the third act of the movie, I wasn't suspecting him at all. And so when he actually revealed himself, it was like, oh shit, like, you know what I mean? So that's what I liked about Scream. It's like, how can I say it? Like, it's predictable, but it can still surprise you, if that makes sense.
There's like usually two killers, so it really throws you off.
Exactly. Yeah. It's predictable, but it can still surprise you. So that's why I liked it. So we get to Scream 6. Scream 6 right off the bat, fire, bro, because they're starting off with, I don't know, it's darker for one. The kills in Scream 6 are really dark, which is what I liked. It's not as goofy, not as, like, you know, campy. The story was good. I liked the setup of the story. They bring back some characters from the Scream 5 and introduce some new characters. And again, they give you these characters and it's like, oh, okay, I bet that's the killer. But then they spend the entire movie throwing you off the trail. Me personally, when they got to the end, and they did the reveal, I suspected one of the killers, but like E-Rock said, there's usually multiple killers. I was not expecting the other killers. So, like, I loved that. I loved how it surprised me. Overall, I gave Scream 6 an 8. I think I gave it an 8 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10. Scream 6 is fire. Can't wait for Scream 7. I love what they're doing with these movies. And me personally, I'm loving. It's like we're getting like it's like a revitalization of horror in general. The last few years, you know, movies like X, movies like Barbarian. You know,
I freaked with Barbarian, man.
I've never really been a big fan of slashers, because to me they're just not scary and they usually are kind of goofy. But there are some slashers I do like the Friday the 13th series. You know, Nightmare on Elm Street, so things like that. But overall, I think Scream 6 is back and it's doing really good things. But
E-Rock, how'd you feel about it?
Yeah, I was gonna say, E-Rock, what you
You went back and, like, you doubled back to go watch the old ones real quick.
All right, yeah. To prepare, I went ahead and watched the original Scream. I gotta say, very, very mid and underwhelming. Bro, I don't see what y'all see in that movie.
When did Jack
That
and
shit is corny.
I've been here waiting for my turn. E-Rock's in here though.
That movie is corny and predictable the whole way through.
Hey, Alex, set up the fade. Whoever this is, set the fade up. Set it up.
Bro, I really want to get him a history, bro, because he sounds ridiculous.
That's insane. Yo, Alex, set it up.
Drop some knowledge,
Set it up.
man.
We'll put it on Patreon.
Okay, can I give him some knowledge real quick? Okay, so look, check this out, right? So, Scream came out in 1996, right? Okay.
Yeah, you were 25. I don't see why you were scared.
Listen. The state of horror movies in 1996, they were very stale, they were very predictable, and they were all formulaic, right? So I'm going back to some stuff y'all said one time, said how Scream 6 feel like it's, revitalizing horror and whatnot. The whole point of Scream series, it was a satire. I wouldn't even say a parody. It was more of a satire on the horror genre in itself. Wes Craven made this, the same person that made A Nightmare on Elm Street and Shocker and shit like this. So, this is one of the goats of horror. George A. Romero, Wes Craven, John Carpenter. These are the Mount Rushmore of horror, right? So when he brought this movie out, that's what the point of Scream to begin with. And the reason Scream, to me, is very creepy, I wouldn't necessarily say scary, is because it breaks the fourth wall, right? It points out all the shit people was complaining about in horror movies. Oh, that's the same. The final girl, they gonna slip and run, fall. So Scream 1, bro. Scream 1 is a historic fucking movie in the genre.
Let me say this though. Let me say this. Exactly what you're saying, how you're describing Scream, how they make fun of all the horror movies and all that, breaking the fourth wall. These two new ones do it way better than the original.
I don't necessarily
They do it way.
I don't necessarily.
They do it way
Jack,
better.
you said something about being a parody, and I always said that the scary movies that parodied those movies were better. Isn't that why, like, the other movies kind of just fell out of their head because it just became too much of a parody of?
This is the problem with what y'all are saying, right? Like I said, it's more of a satire. The whole point is the things that y'all like when y'all watch, like, oh, this kind of corny. Like, that was the whole point to begin with. It was supposed to be campy, like it. So they accomplished their goal. The criticisms y'all got about the first movie is literally what they set out to make you feel about the movie. Now, I don't know why y'all dislike it like that, or think
I like the first Scream one.
It's supposed to make fun of itself. Like, it's supposed to.
But don't you
it's
think
supposed to be too serious.
A series that's built off making fun of itself, how long does that run its course eventually?
Hey, Jack.
It ran its course through the first half.
And I want to say something real quick. Going back to something Alex said about he thought it was going to be a whole universe where it's like different. That's the whole point of Scream 2. Every movie, there's a different killer or a different set of killers. So that's what also is a scary factor about it. You never know who the fucking killer is. It's kind of like a real life Scooby-Doo. If Scooby-Doo was, more serious, of course, but it's like Scooby-Doo in real life, bro. Like, you can't trust nobody in your friend group. And that's why, when they point out, the boyfriend probably did. That's the whole point. Somebody got some background noise. That's the whole point. Like, they got a set of rules. Like I was saying, all the horror movies before they had the set of rules that they were just going by with formulaic, they poking fun at that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Buck, what you got to say, bro?
Hey, yeah, sorry I'm late. Appreciate y'all for letting me kind of jump in here. I just wanted to add on to what you mentioned about what Scream and what it did. Scream wasn't a parody of itself. It was satirical, and it was meant as a deconstruction of the horror genre, because as Jack mentioned, horror was in a rough place. A rough place at that time. You had at that point, it was 96, so right before that in 95, you had Halloween, Curse of Michael Myers. You had the damn Friday the 13th movies were terrible. Curse of Michael Myers was terrible. But really, and Wes Craven, who directed that, in 1995, I don't know if y'all seen, he dropped a movie called Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Any of y'all familiar with New Nightmare?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. New Nightmare was him testing the waters for deconstructing the genre. They took Freddy Krueger in Wes Craven's New Nightmare and made him a real person. So all these characters, Freddy was
you right, Buck. I remember that, BT. I remember that. He's like, yeah.
That was him testing the waters for Scream. They made it so all the characters from the Nightmare on Elm Street series were actors playing themselves in the movie, and they're on like the Ellen show, whatever the Ellen was at that time. It obviously wasn't Ellen, but talk shows, and Robert Englund comes out dressed up like Freddy, like, oh yeah, new Freddy movie coming out. So he teed that up in 95.
Did you like the movie Cabin in the Woods?
I love Cabin in the Woods. Very, very fun movie.
Okay.
Very fun movie. Very fun.
That was another movie where it
Cabin
was
in the Woods without Scream.
That's about to say that was a big movie where the whole point of it was it's a movie, guys.
But I will say I don't think that you'll find a bigger fan of Scream than me. I've probably seen each of these movies at least 20 times. just to give you some background, I'm a little biased towards Scream. Scream was the first, not just scary movie, but the first movie I remember seeing. I was born in '92. We lived with my grandmother and all this type of shit. And I remember my aunt and them, they rented Scream to watch it. Now, the way the house was set up, my grandmother's room was in the living room. So it was like, oh, Teray, you can't, well, my bad, but you can't watch this movie. You got to go to your grandmother's room. My grandmother's room was a mattress in the corner of the living room. So I sat on my grandmother's mattress and watched this movie at probably 6 years old, 7 years old, whenever they rented it. This was like 97, 98. Hooked instantly. Watched this shit. Made my mother buy it on VHS. Watched this movie every night as a little kid. Love Scream. I will say, when it comes to Scream 6 is the best movie since the original. I loved Scream 6. Every problem I had with Scream 5, they rectified in Scream 6. I didn't like Sarah in Scream 5. I didn't like Tara. I didn't like Sam. I didn't like Mindy or Chad. It was a good movie. I enjoyed it. I gave that one a 7. I really enjoyed it. But the way they developed their characters into Scream 6 and the direction it took, they put on a masterclass and showed the people who made Halloween Ends, this is how you do something different with the franchise without pissing off your fan base. The way they opened that movie, that opening was phenomenal, with Ghostface revealing himself only to be killed by another Ghostface. Fire. I thought the way that they introduced social media and how social media conspiracy theories can run rapid, how it can affect people's lives, I thought that was fire. And then to the point earlier, like Jack said, it was like not a parody but satirical. If you look at each one of the movies, they're making fun of whatever the modern horror kind of tropes are now. You mentioned they were talking about their little class that they had, and he was like, "Oh, you only killed her because she gave you a C on her Giallo paper." I'm not sure if many of y'all are familiar with Giallo. Giallo is Italian slasher. It's an Italian. Those are an Italian slasher genre. So this movie was basically took a lot of elements from the Italian slasher craze. So if any of y'all are familiar, into Italy. My bad,
she was a teacher. Yeah, no, she literally was teaching a horror movie class. That was the whole point of him killing her. Like, how you gonna kill your horror movie teacher? You know.
And, he went through the whole thing and was like, you're this teacher. You teach us about all these tropes, and you deconstruct
in the dark alley.
You made every single mistake that you told us about. So, I thought personally, like I said, I thought it was fucking amazing. I loved, Tara and Sam was fire. Sam, when she went full blown Billy Loomis at the end and she put on the costume, I was like, oh man. And I thought my one problem I had with the movie, and I think this problem kind of eased up for me over time once I realized what they were doing, because this essentially mirrors Scream 2, right? It mirrors Scream 2. You got the kids going off to college. You got the damn family looking for revenge. If you remember Scream 2, Debbie Salt, the reporter, turned out to be Mrs. Loomis.
Oh yeah.
So
but they even point that out that it's a re-sequel. They even make fun of that.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I had less issue as the ending played out. And then once she got in her Billy Loomis bag, I thought that was great. I even thought the way they reintroduced Kirby, I thought Kirby was the best part of Scream 4. Hayden Panettiere, she was top tier milk in Scream 4. She's aged
fire.
The milk hasn't clumped yet. It ain't sour.
Yeah.
The expiration date coming up soon. But Scream 4, that milk was fresh out the grocery store, boy.
Oh yeah.
God damn. But
some dry aged milk.
Yeah, I love the way they brought her back and the red herrings around her character. And when the sheriff at the end, Sheriff Bailey called and said, "Yo, she's been fired from the FBI for 2 months." I really was like, "Yo, Kirby for real? What?" I thought that was a great misdirection right there. Overall, I loved it. My two main problems with the movie: the ending. I thought Scream's endings are always a little bit over the top. I didn't really like the sheriff's acting in that. And then the boyfriend of Sam, I thought he was terrible. I thought he was a terrible actor. He played the same note, spoke the same voice, showed no emotion whatsoever, no matter what the situation was.
You know what it was? they literally told him, "Hey, do that lip thing the whole movie so that you can be a heartthrob for the women watching." That nigga was doing that little halfway smirk smile the
Bro,
whole movie.
You know why I think he did a good job? Even after they revealed who the killers was, I still thought that nigga was in on. I'm like, hold on, bro. Bro, like, come on, bro.
You know what? That's because he's awkward. The only
Bruh.
reason why I was like, okay, he ain't the killer is because he went through all that trouble to save them when they was looking
Oh,
like
and
through
then-
the
yeah,
window.
yeah.
Because at that point, unless he on some like, well, I want to be the one to kill him. Unless he on that, typical stuff. But
I
And
definitely
then,
thought he
you know,
was involved. Yeah, I definitely thought he was involved.
Yeah, I thought he was involved too, but then I was like, nah, it's gonna be way too obvious, especially when they had Richie as the killer in the last movie. But Gail, I thought they should have killed Gail. I thought they should have let her die. At this point, this movie showed that there was no need for the legacy characters anymore. You
Wait.
killed Dewey in the last movie.
Facts. I agree.
Wait, I got a question. How y'all felt about your boy surviving at the end after he got poked up like 50 times?
A lot of them people survived they shouldn't have, but
Hey, as ridiculous as it was, I was happy because I love the character. I think the core four, as they call themselves,
Hell yeah.
their chemistry.
Yeah, I didn't
was
want any of them to
undeniable.
die. Low key.
Yeah.
bro, they stabbed that
He's
nigga
the new
30
Dewey now.
times.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's like
They
Dewey.
stabbed him in the
Dewey got stabbed
ribs,
up so
the
many times, bro.
Yeah, I was like, come on, dog.
Bro, he was getting stabbed for so long. He told him, "Just run, just go." Like, I was like, this nigga still dying. Like, what?
I got a question for y'all, right? This is something that bothers me about the Scream movies, bro. I was talking about this the other day. Do it bother y'all that the people that's the killers, they're clearly not the people that be in them costumes, bro? Like, the
Yeah,
stature
bro.
don't line up, bro. It'd be like a little petite.
Yeah,
woman
it'd
killer.
be a stunt actor.
Dude,
Fam,
like,
fam.
facing motherfucker. Like, bro, that was not no fucking little girl in that costume, bro. Like, no. Man.
Jack, that was what I was, because I pretty much caught on that who the killers were when they were, because I was like, all right, the moment that I saw the phone call happen and the nigga killing people, but you having a regular conversation, I'm like, okay, he's obviously not in that area to be doing that. When the lady with the blue in the penthouse with the black boyfriend, what's her name?
Gail.
You talking about
Gail. That was when I knew, okay, there's obviously multiple people. And then okay, spoiler alert for people in the comments, Butch.
Yeah, we can talk spoilers now. Go ahead.
When-
I can talk spoilers.
When she said we're gonna trap him and the cop took like 30 seconds to respond, I'm like, okay, well, he's one of the killers. When I realized that the only killer that surprised me was the girl.
Yeah. I thought she was dead for real.
I thought
she was dead.
because it's not only is it okay, her
Bro, we
dad
seen
came
her
and
die. Like,
yeah, like not only
that was a good twist. That was a good twist.
Yeah, it was.
not only did the dad come and like check the body out, there's other people on here. You can't just go up and say, "Yep, she's dead." Wrap it up. There's other people on the scene, so I'm thinking like, there's no way to. How does she finagle out of a
Alex,
dead
listen to
body?
You have to remember, her father was a sheriff, and her father was in on it. Her father was the first one to go in there to see the body. Out of respect for the father, the rest of the force was like, "Yeah, go in there and go see your daughter." He was the first one in there.
Now
And
I
was a
remember
part of the
he.
killer, so
Now he
was
made a
able to get
comment.
that off.
He made a comment saying that out of respect they let me do this and that, but that was with him saying I planted something and or took something. That wasn't him saying I took the body to the goddamn funeral. Like there has to be a
He said he
transference
swapped-
of
he said he swapped the
responsibility.
body out.
Yeah, he said he
He said he
swapped the
swapped the
body.
body
and then
That's
was like
what it was. That's
pig
what it
blood or
was.
some
He said he
shit.
swapped
Okay.
the body out.
That's what it was. Okay.
He said he replaced it with a fresh one. He said he found another
Man,
victim, replaced it with a
That's
fresh
right. That's
I'm
right.
trying to
He did
figure
say
out
that.
which one was the one that had the shotgun in that scene.
That had to be the.
I know
the
that
brother.
ain't the old man.
I think it was the pops. That motherfucker was
That had
looking
to-
like
None of them looked
Nah,
that
that had to be the
athletic
brother,
do-
bro.
No, so y'all
Bro,
saying the
the-
cop was in the costume too? I didn't think he was ever in the costume. I think it
Fam.
was the other two.
I think you were.
Fam,
I think he
do
was.
you do y'all remember how fast that dude dropped down from that shotgun blast? That old man did not do that. That was definitely the son. Cause remember that night he was saying that he had a test somewhere, like his alibi was that he had a lab or something.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
said he was at a study hall.
It could have been him. It could've been him.
Yeah, fam,
Yeah, it
that
could've been
nigga dropped. Do y'all? He literally
sequence.
dropped. He dodged the shotgun shots, scattered around some chips, and then came back and killed the dude. That is not no old man doing it.
No, that was a great
I-
sequence. So that was
I'll tell
fire.
you what though,
All the kill
as
scenes was
somebody who-
fire in the movie though.
bro. As somebody who don't watch Scream movies, I walked out this movie and literally couldn't find a complaint. I was like, I was really enjoyed. So the fact that I couldn't even think of something to make it better, I thought it was a really good movie, bro.
Bro, these
All
last
in
two
all.
screams made me a fan of the series now. I can't wait for the next one.
You got to go back and watch the old ones, Alex.
No,
What you gonna
I'm
you
not.
gonna dress up as a you gonna dress up as a Scream Ghostface tonight? I'm not tonight, but this Halloween, E-Rock.
Yeah, I might.
Bro,
I'm gonna tell you
Either
right
that
now,
or Kid
Ghostface
Cudi from
got a
X.
resurgence. That definitely
Kid
will
Cut.
see more.
when I was in middle school,
He
bro,
gonna,
that
he
was
gonna be
the
like
go-to costume, bro. That was
he'll
the
be like
go-to
Meech from
costume.
BMF. That's how you gonna be Kid
Put that
Cudi.
prosthetic
You'll
on.
definitely see more Ghostface costumes this Halloween. For real.
I had to
I
do
will
it
say
yesterday.
these last two Scream movies, I was already a huge fan. But one thing they did for me, it rectified the ending of Scream 4. Because these two movies are so good. I thought Scream 4, if any of y'all remember Scream 4, they had an opportunity to take that series in a wild, unique, crazy, fresh direction that we never seen before. If y'all recall at the end of the Scream 4, Jill, I forgot who's the actor who plays her, the little skinny white girl or whatever plays her. She was one of the killers. And her whole thing was, I'm gonna be the last person surviving. I'm gonna frame this on Charlie, the dude who stabbed Kirby or whatever, and I'm gonna get away with this. At the end of the movie, where they should have ended that movie, is when the police and paramedics get there and they find Jill, the killer, and put her on the damn gurney and take her out. And the news cameras are flashing all in her face. She got the celebrity she wanted, and they're asking her about being the sole survivor. They think Gail's dead. They think Sydney's dead. If they would have ended that movie with the killer surviving and being a hero, and you go into Scream 5 with your main character being the killer of the last movie, and the audience knows she's the killer, but nobody in the movie does, that would have been a fire direction they could have took the franchise to. Like, I thought there was so many possibilities if they just if they had just had the balls to stick with that ending instead of dragging it out and Sydney's still alive and kills her. But these last two movies made up for that. So I can't complain because I love 5 and 6 together.
I got a question for y'all. For Scream 7. When I left that movie, my mind said, I think what they gonna do is have Sam really be the Ghostface, and then her sister gotta pull her out of that, and or she gotta kill us. Like, remember at the end of Scream 6, she enjoyed killing way too much, and then Tara, what's that little sister's name? Tara.
Yeah.
She looked at her. She was like, "You good?" Question mark. And she already seeing visions of her dad, literally saying, "Yeah, you like that, right? Do what you gotta do. It's game time. Kill niggas." I think Sam gonna get some bloodlust, and she's gonna try to either. It's either she gonna be lapsing in and out of what she's really doing, or Tara. It's gonna be something where Sam is still killing people. Like they hyped it up too much for her to enjoy it, and she was struggling with that this whole movie. They have to explore that next movie.
You didn't see the last one, right?
No, I didn't see Scream 5. She killed the nigga, right? She killed a boyfriend.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. If I remember correctly, the last two movies ended. Yeah, the last two movies have both ended with her like. It was hitting towards it both movies, right? So, and I feel like Jenna Ortega,
in the therapy.
Yeah, I feel like Jenna Ortega is gonna be like the final girl anyway, and it's weird to have two main characters. So I feel like they are gonna do that.
You know what it could be?
In the therapy, she said the issue is that I liked it.
You know what it could be, bro?
Like, yeah.
And we've kind of seen this before in other movies and shows, but it could be one of those like y'all seen Fight Club. Y'all know how the whole movie he's thinking Tyler Durden is this separate guy, but it's really him. It could be some shit like that where she trying to help them find Ghostface, not knowing the whole time she's Ghostface. She's just like some disassociative shit.
That'd be fine.
It's either gonna be that, or remember that terrible scare. Well, actually, this is a good segue. Did y'all see that movie last year or the year before where it was a girl where it was the back of her head was the killer, and she would just flip her hair to the
You're
front?
talking
And
about Malignant.
Malignant. That's literally what it's probably gonna be. Malignant was funny. That was
a synopsis of that movie. What the fuck?
Yeah, I didn't even see. I didn't even know that.
This the thing. Malignant, like Scream, made fun of movie tropes, and people didn't like it. People thought it was gonna be like an actual horror, creepy movie. And when they got to like the 75% mark of the movie, people was like, "Am I supposed to laugh or joke, or is this?" They didn't realize that the movie was making fun of tropes. They were making fun of the fact that the ridiculousness of it, and a lot of people didn't like that. They thought they were conned, kind of like Barbarian, where it switched from the creepy lady in the basement to, is this like a comedy about a nigga that can't believe he's in a scary movie? Like, movies have been doing that a lot lately, and if they do go that route, it might be the Malignant route, where she's just at night, she got a pea coat on, she killing niggas, and then come back and snap back into reality.
My bad, Alex, but here's a dark horse theory I got, because that's my first theory, that she's gonna lean into it. What kind of takes me away from that theory is at the end she's holding the mask and her sister calls her and she drops the mask, so that could have been her like leaving the past in the past. Like, I know how to channel my natural
Killer
instincts
instinct
and passed down to me from my father. I know how to channel that now. But one thing, I don't know if you caught, Mindy and Kirby was talking, and they were like the two They were the two movie buffs over the last couple movies. Scream 4, it was Kirby. Scream 5 and 6 was Mindy. They're having a conversation about online, and they mentioned Stu. And she goes, oh, yeah, like Stu, like online, they try to make her paint her out to be the killer. And then one of them says, yeah, like the way they try to tell you Stu Macher's still alive. And she was like, wait, he's not still alive? And they laughed about it, kind of chuckled at it. I would not be shocked if it's something where Stu was alive somehow the whole fucking time. And I think that would piss me off, but I think they kind of hinted at it with that line, and Stu comes back trying to kill Sam because she's the daughter of Billy Loomis, and Billy betrayed him at the end of the first movie.
That might be fire if he come back.
You talking about Matthew Lillard character, right?
Yeah. Yep. Remember he died with the TV jack, the TV fell on his head?
That'd be crazy, man.
I think another
I
thing.
feel like they were hitting at something like that.
If they do go that route, I think they gonna allow the black girl. What was the black girl's name?
Mindy.
I think they gonna next movie she finally gonna get it right. Because at this movie she was like, I got it wrong again. You know, I think it's gonna be so obvious this next movie that she's like, I got it. I know who did it. You know. I bet you that's. I bet $20 that it's gonna do that. She gonna get her.
They're not gonna believe her because she's been wrong so many times.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think it's literally gonna be like, are you serious? Him out of all people, and she's gonna be like, I'm telling y'all, this the dude. That would be fine. That would be funny.
Moments where everybody in the last couple movies is gonna
fan
cheer
service.
And laugh like, oh, she finally did it. She finally got
fan
it.
service, and it's probably gonna be while she dying. She gonna have a knife in front of her, and she was like, I knew it, and then die or something. It's gonna be something stupid.
I wanted to ask, so do you think Scream as a franchise has had a better comeback than Halloween?
Oh, absolutely.
Scream as a
Absolutely.
franchise is the best slasher franchise, period. As far as consistency goes.
Only Halloween just had a good start, then it went downhill.
The last movie, no, I like the second Halloween. The last movie was horrible though, man.
Halloween.
I had that on my worst movies of the year list.
That shit.
Okay, I do hope that Freddy Krueger can revitalize the way Scream just did. But y'all know, on the same coin, the best revisions or whatever, the worst comeback of scary movies of all time, Jeepers Creepers. I need them to redo Jeepers Creepers and or pick up where Jeepers Creepers 2 left off. That's one of the movies from my childhood that I really wish was done justice after.
Well,
I haven't seen 3 or 4.
Other Jeepers Creepers kind of were prequels, or they happen simultaneously with the other movies. So they kind of, I don't know. I think that time might kind of done, right?
Fam, the Jeepers Creepers 2 ended with the nigga eye opening because he waited in that barnyard.
But the other Jeepers Creepers that came out after were running along the same time period of that movie too. They did a weird time flip with that. So like the new Jeepers Creepers that came on Netflix were running concurrently with Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2.
And what a terrible way to market that movie. They literally said you could see it in theaters for one day. That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
We need like a Jeepers Creepers origin story.
Origin story.
The problem with Jeepers Creepers and where it fell off, the director and the brains behind the operation for Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2 is Victor Salva.
Yeah,
Victor
he's
Salva
out
was
here.
a fucking sicko. They lost the brainchild and they've never been able to recover.
Bro, they can find somebody that nigga go get Christopher Nolan, and we can find a way to get us a Jeepers Creepers movie.
But when you had these movies go literally straight to video, I think Jeepers Creepers 3 was straight to DVD. That was back straight to DVD time, or whatever. When you had so many shitty like B movies straight to DVD, straight to video type shit, how many people are really going to want to do that? It's going to take somebody in the industry who's a real fan of the franchise who wants to see it done justice to bring it back.
And you know what they got to do? They got to bring back Justin Long, bro. They got to bring back Justin Long. I think that's his name.
He was great in the movie with the big titty bitch in the basement.
Yeah, with the Barbarian. Yeah, I was actually really happy to see him. I haven't seen him in a scary movie since before Barbarian. I can't even remember the last movie he was in. But yeah, I really, that's one of the franchises I really wish was done a little bit better, bro. You got a demon bat. You got a demon bat that's been eating people every 22 years for centuries. Like,
bro,
what?
They need an origin story set in like the 1800s.
That would be fire.
So you want the Order 1886? You want the Order 1886?
Oh god.
No, he's like one of those
he's, you know what universe he should be in? What's the universe?
What universe?
Like the Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, he's one of
those, like an ancient, like alien demon thing.
That they wrote about, and the religions are based off of this guy. Like they confused him with Dracula, they confused him with Satan, but he's really just like a otherworldly, demon type being.
Fit well if like someone like Steven Spielberg got their hands on it, or like that it universe thing, whatever the fuck they call it. I forgot the name of the exact multiverse they call that one.
Let's just have Ryan Coogler do it, and we can get Angela Bassett an Oscar when we do it. We just
it's gonna be a black trauma movie. Fire.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask.
He's gonna enslave all the black people.
Yeah.
I want to ask BT and Buck. I'm sorry, BT and Jack's opinion on this real quick, because this is something I thought about watching Scream 6. So, I watched Scream 1 and 2 before seeing the new ones, 5 and 6. And one of the things that I was disappointed about in Scream 5 specifically, they bring back the legacy characters. Sidney Prescott, Dewey, Gale. We get to see a lot of Dewey. We get to see some Gale. I feel like Sidney Prescott didn't get to do much in Scream 5. I feel like she was just there to be there. And when they did Scream 6 and they didn't bring her back, I honestly didn't miss her. I was like, you know what? They didn't need her or any of these. Well, I don't know. Gale, she was a good part of Scream 6, but like basically what I'm trying to say is
she had the best fight.
What I'm trying to ask y'all is, if they do Scream 7, and they don't bring back any of the old characters, would y'all be upset?
No. Me personally, no. This is BT, no.
They might need Gale again.
They need
Gale wouldn't make sense to come back because, her role, she's a major media personality. Things like this are going to get covered. But Sydney, I thought even the one little line that Gale mentioned about Sydney, that was good enough for me. Yeah. As somebody who's a huge fan of the franchise and seeing Sydney go through hell, for her to say, yo, Sydney's going off with Mark. Mark is the detective from 3. They end up getting married, having a family together. She goes, yo, Sydney deserves her happy ending. I'm letting her have her happy ending. And I think that was the filmmaker saying, don't expect to see her in 7. Mm-hmm. She got her happy end in the last movie. She's off into the sunset. Now the call for, if you will, these are our new characters. And after the way I've kind of fell in love with that group of friends, like I said, they were a big sticking point for me in Scream 5. Held it back for me a little bit, although I still love Scream 5. It just held it back a bit. The way they developed those characters and kind of how Tara and Sam came into their own as the final girls, and how Chad and Mindy kind of came into the new Randy role and the new Dewey role, and just the chemistry between those characters. I don't need to see her at all. I don't need to see her. And that's my favorite final girl. I got her over Laurie Strode. Got her over Nancy from Nightmare on Elm Street. I love Sidney Prescott.
What?
You talking about you got Sidney Prescott over Laurie Strode?
I don't know about
Laurie
that.
Strode's been in too many bad movies.
That's true. That is true.
What?
I feel like she should be in the next movie, but I don't know. Like Neve Campbell, I was disappointed when I heard she wasn't gonna be in Scream 6, but after watching,
they didn't pay her. No, they didn't. She wanted the bag. They didn't pay her.
Yeah, after watching Scream 6, I was like, damn, I really didn't miss her, to be honest. And I'm kind of with BT on that. Like it's not enough for her to do, right? Like it's just gonna be rehashed from the other. It's gonna be.
It would take away from the new actors they got on there.
It's gonna be like bringing Harrison Ford on every Star Wars movie.
Yeah. I got no sense for the killer to want anything to do with Sydney at this point after the last 2 movies. It would just be throwing her in there for the sake of putting her in there.
I got one more question about what's y'all's favorite scene in the whole movie. My favorite scene in the whole movie was when she hung up the phone and called it back to be like, all right, now I know where you at. I thought that was smart. I don't know if they've ever done that in other Scream movies. That was dope. But I was well, duh. Yeah, like literally hang up and then come back. Like that sounds so smart. When you
think the train or the apartment scene.
Easily the subway scene. Easily, by far.
No, I put the apartment scene over there and joining the store. Like
the apartment scene, it was just real dark, bro. Everybody screaming, blood everywhere.
That scene where she was climbing a ladder and they just crawl, and she's like, I can't. And he starts shaking it. I was cracking up, boy. I was like, you dumb.
Out of the dumpster.
Nigga, I was crying.
Her face was all messed up.
Her whole stomach was up, and her girlfriend saying, "Just crawl, come on." I'm like, her intestines are falling out. Are you talking about crawling, bro?
I definitely would have fell off that fucking ladder, yo. They bugging.
Yeah, you would have made it onto the ladder.
The ladder would have fell, not you.
Fuck y'all.
Hey, Jack would have stayed there like the cartoons.
Watch your fucking mouth, man. That's why I don't do other podcasts. This is why I don't do other podcasts.
He would have ran the place.
This is why I don't do other podcasts. I'm going to weapon wheel. Fuck y'all.
Do you prefer the format of Scream 7? Because like all the older Screams seem to be just restricted to a town, but this was like citywide. Do you think it's better? That it's larger in scope. That like this new template, Scream 7, like because this was all in New York, wasn't it?
Yeah, they went to like Rialto or whatever the fuck. They went to a different city of Scream too. So.
And
This the thing.
3 they was in.
Three they was in LA too, weren't they? Yeah.
Donuts. I think if they try to make it bigger than what it is now, it would require even more people trying to be Ghostface. Like,
yeah,
you saw that it needed 3 different people to keep track of, so and so, be here when that happens, do this when that happens.
Yeah.
One nigga, and they even made a joke about it, like, oh, so you gonna track down a number and we gonna pinpoint them on a map, and then they was making fun of that, trying to do the van security call thing.
It'll get convoluted if it started going country, like
they gonna, but what Alex is saying, they gonna do that anyway. That's what I'm telling you. You gotta go rewatch them because every movie is somebody different. Like the next movie is gonna be 2 different killers. Like it ain't gonna be the same.
What are you doing?
Yeah, but do you think do you think the next Scream 8 would be like, oh, it starts in like the States and then it goes across to somewhere in Europe and then
like the Cheetah Girls, like when they went to Spain.
Yeah, like they have to travel. Like, do you think it's gonna like be a global sort of thing? Like they're gonna go fast and furious.
You want it to be the Bourne? You want it to be the Bourne Identity?
Yeah, I'm wondering that.
I don't know if they get Matt Damon on board, I might watch it.
I could actually see that, like, hey guys, we need a break from all this craziness. Let's take a vacation, and they go on like some group vacation, and it's like,
wow, I think you literally just discovered the plot. I can see that being the first sentence in the next movie. Let's just take a break.
They did that for Final Destination, though. Final Destination.
That's what they did in this movie. They were trying to get away from it.
Well, they was in college. Though. They was in college in New York.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's.
Final Destination's biggest sin was going into the 3D space. Once they only worried about what looks cool popping out at the person, it ruined all Final Destination movies. The kills weren't even.
Final Destination 2 is the best one, yes sir.
I wanted to step back to Alex mentioned what was your favorite scenes in the movie or whatever. To me, I could do the obvious. The opening was fucking amazing. I think it was the best opening since the first one. I love the twist of Ghostface being revealed, only for him to be killed by another Ghostface. Obviously, the apartment scene, the train scene, the bodega scene. But me personally, as a fan, was when Tara and Sam are outside and Gale first comes back. And Sam swings on Gale, and Gale weaves that shit. Just weaves like, yo, y'all done punched me in the face 4 movies in a row. Like, this ain't happening again. And then her sister comes out and cools her and just snuffs her, hits her dead in that shit. And I busted out laughing. I was like, yo, this is great.
Oh, yeah.
This is great. As a fan, I love that moment. That was a great callback. Great callback. So as a fan, that was probably my low-key favorite, if we're doing kind of like Dark Horse favorites.
Oh, I just pulled up the YouTube comments. Mafia Quad said the Jeepers Creepers is a Phoenix demon. Is that a real thing? Is a goetic demon? Oh. Okay. You know what? That would make sense as to why he was sewing. Wow. It says that it was a wonderful scientist, excellent poet, and very obedient to the conjurer. That would make sense, because remember Jeepers Creepers 1, that nigga was like listening to music and making murals and sewing people for artwork together, the skins and all that, making tools and weapons out of this. That might make sense. What the heck? I don't know if he trolling or not, but
yeah, that is interesting.
No, yeah, that's what the word I was trying to figure out. Like, yeah, he's not like some regular like monster. Like, he has like some demonic background to him or some shit like that.
Dang, hold on. Now I gotta go research.
Yeah, like if you watch the movies that went direct to video, they kind of explain more of his backstory. That's why I'm mad they went direct to video. The movies weren't great, but that's something they should have probably make a mass audience know about, because it's like you watch the first 2 movies, you don't really know backstory other than he was in a damn cornfield, and that doesn't really like show his whole backstory. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But to answer BT, I think my favorite scene in the movie, I don't know. Well, me personally, that subway scene, they showed it in the trailer. That's actually the scene that made me want to go see the movie. I'm like, oh shit, that looks fire.
It was.
So yeah, that subway scene was really cool. I really like the scene where Gail's in her apartment and Ghostface basically ambushes her. I thought that was heat.
See, so snatch up old boy in the background.
Yeah, that was fire. That was fire. Her boyfriend, he got killed.
And that's kind of crazy that they was able to get that big 6'8"
No,
nigga to.
and then they mentioned it too. He had all the muscles for nothing. She
Yeah,
was
he
like,
did say that. He was roasting him. That was fire.
and she
He
agreed.
looked like he was walking over to snatch the phone. Like, baby, who that is? Who that is on the phone, baby? Give me the motherfucking phone. Put me on the phone.
And she definitely moved on quick. She was like, "Yeah, well, he was cute." Like, nigga, this nigga is dead because of you. Like, what?
That might have
thought
been
you
the most
left him.
realistic part of the movie.
What? Yeah, an old white lady with money with a young black dude.
Exactly. After her man dies, that's
going crazy.
on point. Would y'all hit Gail?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
and that-
Absolutely.
She got
What?
in that outfit.
Absolutely
in that outfit,
not.
yes. In that outfit,
Them little
she-
alien lips are not.
Hey, look.
She was at her best in
Hey,
Scream 2. In
hey,
Scream 2,
powdered
she
milk.
looked amazing. A little short hair.
Powdered milk is still milk.
Crazy, bro.
In the 90s and now, yes.
Hey, look, condensed milk is still milk. Yes, sir.
Well, while we still talking about Scream, I want to ask everybody to rank the Scream movies who have seen all of them. So BT, especially you, BT, tell me what's your ranking, especially with this new movie. Where do you rank the Scream movies?
So for me, and I'll give a numbered score for each one of these. For me, the OG is number 1. That's a 10 out of 10, a perfect slasher to me. My favorite horror time. In my top 5 favorite movies of all time. I've seen that movie I don't know how many times. I could probably fucking recite the entire movie word for word. So Scream 1, 10 out of 10. When Scream 6, number 2, that is a 9, close to a 9.5. I had some issues with the Sheriff Bailey, and I had some issues with Sam's boyfriend. Other than that, I don't have any other problems with the movie. That's a 9, close to a 9.5. Third would be Scream 2. I got Scream 2 at an 8. That's with Jada Pinkett and Omar Epps die in the opening in the movie theater.
Fire.
8. Another phenomenal. They killed Randy in that. I thought that was a big twist at the time. Killing Randy off, that was great. Number 4 would be Scream 7. I would have 4 and 5. Really, really close for me. I give 5 probably a 7.5, and then I'll give 4 a 7. And then last would be Scream 3. I thought they leaned too much into the comedy aspect to where it almost became a parody of themselves at that point. Wasn't a bad movie whatsoever, but just a lot of stupid things in that movie. Literally the epitome of mid. I'll give that one a stick. But all in all, the franchise as a whole, I don't think there's a more consistent slasher franchise in horror, and probably not a more consistent franchise in horror in general, regardless of a subgenre, than Scream. Scream has yet to have a bad movie, extremely consistent, have numerous classic moments throughout. So for me, that's how my rankings go.
All right, well, Jack, you want to
Jack,
give
I
your
guess Jack would be the next one.
On
Right?
me, all right, cool. Let me see. I'm gonna say Scream 1. I agree with BT. Definitely the best one. I've seen that one the most times as well. A little controversial pick, man. I think for the second best Scream movie, I'm gonna go Scream 4. I really like that movie. I like the twist. I like how they handled it. Only problem I got with that movie, it's the worst looking Scream movie. It got this weird filter over the film. It's like a yellowish tint. I don't
like
know
an Instagram filter.
Yeah, that's what I said in the other chat. It looks so fucking awkward for some reason. But other than that, man, I think the movie's dope. Scream 6, the newest joint. I got that at 3. I'm gonna put Scream 5 right after that. Now, the reason I got 2 so low is because out of all the Scream movies, this is the one I've seen the least. I've only seen Scream 2 once, and that was last year. I had already seen all the other ones, but I only seen Scream 2 once. It's okay. It's okay. I wasn't really feeling it like that though. Scream 3, like BT said, definitely the worst one. I'm not fucking with that one at all, bro. It's weird, bro. It's like a weird, I don't know. That's how I rank them though.
Okay, fire. I've only seen Scream 1, 2, and the 2 new ones. I didn't see 3 and 4. I'll probably go back and watch those though. Did anybody else in here? Have y'all seen all the Scream movies?
Nah.
Okay.
I'll say if you haven't seen 4, it makes Judy's death in 5 hit a lot harder.
Okay, bet.
I think they all on Paramount. I know one is on Paramount Plus in 4K.
I was just on Paramount. They got all of
5
them.
is on Paramount Plus in 4K too.
Yeah, all of them is on.
Okay,
there.
for the people that's really big fans of the series, were y'all hyped, or did you feel like it was really good fan service to see her dad in the reflection? Because even though I'm not familiar with the whole storylines and stuff like that, I know who the killer is in the first movie, along with the nigga from the Scooby Doo movies. By the way, he was in 13 Ghosts, great movie. Did y'all think that was cool that he had the same haircut, white T-shirt? He was looking at a menacing. Like, was y'all like, ah? Was y'all just, oh, okay,
I think
cool.
they did that in the last movie too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he was in Scream 5.
Oh, did they?
They did.
Oh, okay.
He was in there a lot more in 5 than he was in 6. Like way more.
I was just watching. I was just like, yo, it's her dad, yo. Like I was going crazy.
Yeah, it was cool to see. When I saw Scream 5, I wasn't expecting that plot line, so I thought that was.
Was that the actual dude? Or that was like CGI?
No, that's him. That's the same actor.
Oh,
they did the de-aging, whatever that de-aging software they got now that they be using in the movies. That's what they use.
Did they? The nigga looked his age.
He still looked
heavier in the face.
Yeah, they did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he shaved. He got like a beard now. He shaved, I think.
Oh, y'all Screams is on Paramount Plus still. Hey man, tap
But
in.
me, yeah, I didn't go crazy when he popped up in the last movie. I was like, oh shit, this is a nice twist, and that was one of the moments that I was like, okay, these movies are gonna be different. They introducing a mental illness aspect of that and utilizing that relationship with her father or her estranged father, whatever you want to call it, to separate her from Sydney and differentiate the old leading lady into the new one. I thought was a great touch. But I didn't go crazy when I saw him in the last one. Like, oh shit, it's Billy. This is crazy. Like, it was nothing like that.
I'm gonna say this, bro. I don't know how long we've been on live so far, but I'm gonna say this. So far, 2023 is going stupid with the movies, bro.
And we not
Babylon.
done, bro.
I think Babylon came out like in December, but I'm gonna put that in. I don't know. I feel like I saw it this year. I don't know. It did come out like December. It was near Christmas time, so I'm pretty sure I saw it like after January. This year of movies so far, we going crazy, bro. I'm really happy for cinema right now. I feel like we getting back to
3 hours long.
And I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
Yeah, they said John Wick is long, man. Yeah.
The Baba Yaga. The Baba Yaga. Come on, man.
I don't know,
Come on, bro. Bro, this is our time, bro. Our time, the movie guys, man.
I can't wait for
great
Oppenheimer, bro. I need Oppenheimer.
Yeah, Oppenheimer
too.
And Dune.
Dune, movie of the year. Dune 2, movie of the year.
I need Indiana Jones, fam. I need it.
Yes,
And
sir.
this is
Yes,
Doom.
sir. I need
Doom.
Indiana Jones and I need Transformers.
Go
Hey,
Transformers, Guardians 3. Hopefully that's good.
I'll tell you right now.
Can
Hold on,
we?
y'all didn't name movie of the year that's about to come out. Hold on. I know it's
What, Mario?
See, this why I don't
What
fuck with them.
the Grizzlies got a documentary?
This is why I don't fuck. They actually do. This is why I don't fuck with the movie guys.
What is it?
August the 4th. Cinema
I'm about to say
changes
Ninja
forever,
Turtles.
people.
Cinema
Teenage
change-
Mutant
Oh
Ninja
my
Turtles, Mutants
God.
in Mayhem. Yes, sir. I need that.
He
now.
said cinema
Mickey.
changes forever.
I need it now.
Bro,
Okay.
look, that's what Jack see a turtle every time he look in the mirror. That nigga feel like, oh, it's my time to shine.
Nah, bro.
Did
The
y'all-
next big release.
Alex, you piss me off now.
The next big release is that Evil Dead.
Yes, sir.
Ooh,
Fire.
Let's go.
That movie
Fam,
looks
I'm
scary. I'm
telling
not
you,
gonna lie.
that Evil Dead, it's gonna put a lot of hey, they do it for rappers, they do it for TV shows. Evil Dead gonna put a lot of these horror movies on the clock. I'm telling you
Yo,
right
BT, you
now.
an Evil Dead fan?
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead 2 is free on Game Pass. If you have
I
Game Pass, go
enjoyed
get that.
I enjoyed the remake more than I enjoyed the older movies. Just for the fact that the camp factor was too high for me.
Yeah, I can feel
way
that.
too high. I don't mind camp and horror. Obviously, I'm a diehard Scream fan, so I don't mind camp. But it was just kind of way over the top. It was almost like a Monty Python. If Monty Python made a horror movie.
Evil Dead putting a lot of these movies on the
BT be fucking spitting, bro. Cause I thought I was tripping. I tried to watch Evil Dead, the original one, bro. That shit, I was like, what the?
No,
fuck
that's
is
facts.
this,
I agree with y'all.
Bro, I
can't
like
do
the
it,
original.
I can't do it.
I
bro.
felt like it was real
Evil Dead 1, I'm cool. I can watch that. Evil Dead, the one where he's in fucking middle ages with knights. Come on, I ain't watching that shit, man. Come on.
That's Army of Darkness.
Yeah, that's
I'm
Army
good.
of Darkness. That was the
I'm
third
good
one.
on that. I'm good on that.
But y'all saw now I don't can y'all hear me because I'm not in my room right now.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, I got my PlayStation controller. I'll say this, off of Evil Dead, I don't care about IGN. I haven't cared about IGN since about 2011, but they gave John Wick 4 10 out of 10. How we feeling? Is that?
I
Does
mean,
Yeah,
that,
it's not-
does
Jeremy
that
Johns.
not
I
just
watched his
them.
review. He gave it an awesome tackle.
Yeah. a lot of
what?
people are
Oh
giving
yeah. Oh, it's written in stone. I've
Three
never
hours,
disagreed.
though? 3
I've
hours,
never
though?
disagreed with Jeremy Johns.
IG
Anytime Jeremy
IGN
Johns is giving a, huh?
No, I was gonna say IGN movie reviews are a little bit more on par than their game reviews.
Then their gaming division. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll say lately
Red-
because they used to have shit movie reviews, nigga. I'm talking.
Red,
I
they
gotta
said,
rewatch 3. I
they
don't
said
remember
John
anything.
Wick 4 was the best well-paced action film they've ever watched.
I saw
Oh,
that.
wow.
That
Yeah,
was in the
10 out of 10,
description.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm excited.
Damn.
The first John Wick has my favorite introduction to a character ever. When you got the mob boss over there telling the story to his son about who John Wick is, and he's in the back, and they flash over to John. He's over there with the sledgehammer beating through the fucking
Yeah,
ground. trying to
yeah,
get to his
getting the
gun.
pistols out the
He's like-
ground. Ooh.
And the son's like, "What is he, the boogeyman?" He's like, "No, he's the guy you sent to kill the fucking boogeyman." I was like,
Ugh.
Bro,
and
I
then
still remember that.
and then oh, go ahead, John Donuts.
No, I'm just saying, I still remember that in John Wick 2 with the catacombs in that shootout. That nigga was the Punisher on steroids, man. He was like dropping bodies everywhere.
Ooh.
Yeah, he
I
was
got
going crazy on
goosebumps.
2.
I got goosebumps. Yo,
the club scene in
One
the first
thing-
one was amazing.
one thing I love about John Wick movies, bro, you know it's about to go crazy when they put like the little text on the screen. I be like, we about to go stupid. I start gripping my seat, nigga. My toes start clenching up. The Baba Yaga. Come on, man.
Need a John
Come
Wick game in the vein of John Woo's Stranglehold from 06. I don't know if
Oh,
y'all
that would be
Stranglehold.
fire.
Yeah, I
would love to
remember
play
that.
I would love
We
to
spoke
play
about that game on After Dark a few weeks ago.
Like a Max Payne Stranglehold
That was just
type
a Max
game
Payne
with
3.
John Wick.
Yeah.
Listen,
I would
they
love
got
to
a
play
John
that.
Wick game out right now on PlayStation VR called Pistol Whip. I'm really John Wick on that game. Let's talk about it.
Nah, it's
Headshots
not gory.
only. Headshots only.
When
Hey,
is that
Speaking
Switch
of
guy
games, what
coming
are y'all
out?
thoughts on the
it come out-
Resident Evil 4 demo?
Oh yeah, you a big Resident Evil 4
Oh,
fan,
I
huh?
played it.
My favorite game of all time.
Well, this was crazy, BT.
should
You come
come
from
on
the
with
lens of that's your favorite game. I never got the chance to play RE4 back in the day.
Oh man,
I've seen like
missed out.
some gameplay of it, but I never actually got my hands on it myself. So this is my first time playing it, and I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it.
What had me hyped was that demo for the remake was the same exact demo from the original. I remember taking the fucking city bus, hopping on the city bus to downtown, going to Providence Place Mall, walking into EB Games at the time,
Yeah.
William Games, EB Games. Before that was just Electronic Boutique, and going there after school just to play the game because I didn't have no console, and I would just play that same demo over and over. And when I played the remake, I'm like, yo, I remember where the shotgun is. I know exactly what cutscene's about to happen. I've been playing the demo nonstop. I probably got like 4 hours in on the demo. Even unlocked there's a machine gun you can unlock in the demo too, and that you could use.
How you
it
feel
through
about the
rest
gun?
playthroughs.
How you feel about the aiming and
The gunplay.
the gunplay? Yeah.
Absolutely trash.
I didn't mind it. At first it was a little weird, and then once I got used to it, because I've been playing the hell out of it, I was like, okay, I see it. I feel like nobody does shotguns better than Resident Evil.
Nah, the shotgun
Maybe
kills
Gears
in
of
that.
War?
The shotgun kills in that demo are crazy. You blowing people's heads off. This shit looks fire. I seen it.
You can blow their bodies in half. Like I shot a girl
Hey,
with a shotgun to help.
hey,
help
BT,
let
go
her-
play Last of Us. Go play Last. BT, go play Last of Us 2, nigga.
Maybe.
Nah,
I'll
nah,
get to that
that's
after RE4.
that's satisfying shotgun.
Hey, BT, we might need you to pull up on After Dark or something when the game come out.
Nah, I already took the day off the day the game comes out because I know at midnight I already got it
It's about to go
preloaded. I'm gonna be
crazy
on that
when they
bitch till
put like the
4 or 5 in the
little
morning.
text on the screen. I'll be like, oh wait, yeah. Well, if you free
be
one
cooking
after
steak.
the game, after the yeah, that nigga was cooking a steak while we was playing Battlefield. After the game come out, if you free one of these Sunday nights, pull up, give your thoughts on it.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I beat the
look forward
original
to
one.
that. Come on, next Friday.
GameCube,
RE4.
PS2, Xbox 360, and Xbox One. I beat it on 4 different. I've probably beaten that game like 50 times. My first time beating it took me
Golly.
around 20 hours. Took me around. You got to remember, it came out in 05. It's 2018. I played it on 4 different consoles, 4 different generations. But by the time it got to a point eventually where I could beat the game in 3 hours. After it took me 20 hours on the first playthrough, I could like beat the game with my eyes closed. That's how much I played the original.
That's me with Jack and Daxter 1. I literally would beat that game nonstop. as a
That's one
kid.
thing I love about Resident Evil games. The replayability is so high, bro. Like, you can play those shits over and over, especially with like RE2 with the remake, how it had multiple like playthroughs.
Essentially, 4 campaigns.
Yeah, I thought that was heat. I love that about those games.
The Resident Evil 2 remake was phenomenal.
That was my game of the year.
RE3 was
2019. That was my game of the year.
Yeah, that was
Even
a
though I
great,
know-
great game.
Even though I know we deem the Resident Evil movies as trash cinema, they did do one thing. That first movie, they gave us an iconic scene where that little red laser was chopping bodies off. That was one of the coolest scenes I've seen in scary movies for me.
I got like
Was it better than
those
the
movies
scene
are
on
like
Ghost
guilty
Ship?
pleasures for me. I ain't gonna lie. Some of those Resident Evil movies I actually kind of like.
Hey, if you didn't have them on the PSP, you're not real. I had the one with Mike Epps on the PSP.
They always had good like action moments.
He was in Resident Evil
music.
Apocalypse.
They try to bring it
Yeah,
back,
man,
but them shits
yeah.
keep flopping. So, but yeah, man, shit. That's most of the topics. Unless y'all got anything else y'all want to talk about before we get out of here.
Nah, I mean, what we got looking up? John Wick 4.
So John Wick's
Evil
next
Dead.
week.
Next week, Thursday.
Evil Dead is in April. So in a few weeks, well, a month, pretty much. I'm seeing Inside on Friday with Willem Dafoe. That's going to be my movie on Friday.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go see that with you. Yeah.
I haven't seen no trailers. I haven't read nothing. I'm going in completely blind. So we'll see.
I saw one trailer and thought I saw too much. So.
Well, I'm glad you told me that. So yeah, I'm gonna go in blind. We're gonna see what's up with that. But that I think. Oh, I am seeing Shazam on Saturday, but
Ew.
that movie. I'm gonna tell you right now, that shit looks ass. I'm only going to take my little brother to the movies. Even he wouldn't even that excited to go see it. So, but we just going to hang out.
Man,
You ain't see
Go
Megan
play
Good in
the
that
game.
costume, bro? I ain't seen that movie.
So that's the best part of the movie, Jack. Best part of
Oh
the movie.
yes, sir. I
Nigga,
need
go
that.
go play the game and get a nigga a controller that ain't plugged in. Do not go see that movie, bro.
Well, just a reminder on Inside. You brought up Inside with Willem Dafoe. I think I mentioned in the last Movie Guys pod the French horror movie Inside from 2007. Go watch that.
Oh, it's like a retelling, like a recreation type shit.
No, it's not. 2 completely different movies from what I know on the Willem Dafoe.
Nah,
Inside.
William Dafoe is a thief. He's trapped in a house that he was trying to steal out of.
No, the
That's
movie
the-
I'm talking about is a movie about a pregnant woman. It's the day before she's gonna her birth is gonna be due. Christmas Eve, she's home alone. She's gonna get a C-section the very next day or whatever. And somebody tries to get into a house, and the movie goes from there. That's all I'll say.
Oh wow.
But it's a French horror movie. I'm a big fan of French horror. French horror has some of the most disturbing images, the most disturbing kill scenes I've ever seen. So if you're a fan of disturbing, like really, really like that's one of those movies. After I watched it the first time, I just sat there with my jaw like dropped, like just I can't believe I just watched it. I needed to take a shower.
You ever watched The Martyr?
Martyrs, yes, I've seen Martyrs.
The house that Jack
I have
built,
Martyrs
is
on
that
DVD.
French horror?
That shit was crazy.
No, that was an
Martyrs
American
was
film.
extremely disturbing.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
American. I thought they were speaking.
Well, they made it. No, there is
Mighty
a French
Canadian.
Martyrs. They did make an American remake of Martyrs, but the original is French.
Yeah, he was saying
The house that Jack built. The house that Jack built was a firehouse.
Yeah, have you seen that BT House that Jack built?
No.
So I'm
Oh,
looking
you
it
gotta
up.
see that. You gotta see that. I think you would really appreciate.
So the movie's in English, but it says the production. It's a European production, Denmark. It's on Hulu. I think it's still on Hulu. Check it out, BT. The House that Jack built. We watched it in Discord like a year ago. It was fire horror movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up, but just for some suggestions for foreign horror, like I said, Inside. If you've never seen the original Martyrs, I would suggest that too. And then Eden Lake. It's a British film. It's a British horror film. One of the most disturbing and roughest movies I would say I won't say why because I don't want people to anticipate anything, but man, that's a movie that you just feel terrible. Like that movie pissed me off in a great way.
Okay.
It pissed me off in a great way.
BT, I want to ask you, since you brought up French horror, how do you this is a Korean horror movie that I watched last year. It's called A Tale of Two Sisters. You ever seen that?
I've heard of it. I've seen the trailer. That's been on my list. I have not gotten around to it yet.
So this is the thing about this movie. It's a Korean film, came out in like 2003. They remade it in America. I'm not sure what year, but there's an American version that kind of tells the story. But, you know, pretty much the reason we watched it, me and my girl, people were saying like, oh, this is one of the greatest horror movies. It's so messed up. It's so this. we watched it, and I'm like, I mean, I don't know why people are saying that. It wasn't scary. Nothing really crazy happened. I don't know, but yeah, if you ever watched that, man, I want to know your thoughts on that. But yeah, I just wanted to ask if you saw it.
I got a question about a foreign horror movie. Have
What's that?
anyone in here ever seen the movie High Tension?
Yes, that is another French horror movie.
That movie is fire.
Switchblade Romance. Switchblade Romance is the original name of that movie. But yes, that movie has one of the that's another one that has ridiculous over the top kill scenes. Really, really good suspense.
We're going to watch it in Discord.
Yes, sir. That's a good movie right there. This man knew the original title. What the fuck?
He really a movie guy, man.
I see. Hey, this dude.
Oh, I didn't tell y'all he got IMDb tattooed across his back.
I see. Jeez.
So we on, baby.
I got it in between my eyebrows.
I appreciate you bringing knowledge to this fucking shamble of a group. Yeah.
Oh, what, man?
Y'all
And
finally
the
got
movie
some
man brought the entertainment. Yes, sir.
Finally got some
Wow, look at
integrity
this
in this
dude.
motherfucker. This shit.
I will say one thing, movie man,
See
y'all
it?
good. Y'all
Y'all see
good
it?
for horror. Hopefully, y'all get good at anything else. But shout out to y'all.
Yeah.
Man. We appreciate y'all.
Y'all get good at
We
horror.
appreciate
Hey,
y'all coming in.
likewise, brother.
Oh no, we got a horror guy. That's BT. He the horror guy. Yeah. Yeah, appreciate y'all. But I mean, shit. Like I said, I'm out of topics. We all done. Y'all want to wrap up? Get y'all final thoughts on anything, or do whatever. This is your time.
Yeah. Keep on dreaming.
You know what I want to say?
Drink
I
your
feel
soda.
like I've listened to every podcast y'all have done. I feel like this might have been the best one, as far as not just because I'm on here, because that does make it better automatically. But
This nigga.
I feel like the conversation was more free flowing this week.
Fire.
The other weeks it was kind of like one person to talk.
Yeah, just give them time, bro. They had just started.
Yeah, I feel like
They're
y'all
getting
doing
into
better,
there.
man. Salute.
Appreciate it.
Shout out to Red Pig for putting up another stinker of an episode.
Final
Well,
thoughts for
shockingly
me.
good.
Scream 6 was fire. Scream 7 starts shooting in the fall. They're gonna release next year. It looks like back to back years of Scream movies. I'm
Fire.
ridiculously excited to see where it's gonna go. Appreciate y'all once again for allowing me to pull up, even though I was fashionably late.
We appreciate it, man.
Came right
Adam
on
Driver
time.
needs
Came
to
right
be-
on time.
Needs to be executed.
Crazy how Scream
Adam Driver
finna
needs to
have
be
a
Iron
new trilogy
Squad.
better than the Halloween, the new trilogy. That's crazy. Scream beating Halloween.
No,
That's
yeah,
fine.
most definitely.
My bad,
Don't
Tyreek. What
watch-
was you saying, Tyreek?
No, don't watch 65. Adam Driver needs to be put in front of a firing squad. They need to use that gun and shoot him with it.
Damn.
Dang, I really wish they went more into detail about that gun. That was what I was gonna see it. But
I wish that would have been a better movie than what the fuck came out.
Hold on, before we go, because I haven't seen the movie. How does that go? What happens if he runs out of ammo? He don't run out of ammo?
He does run out of ammo at the end of the movie.
At the end of the movie? Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
It has a lot. No, bro, that shit has a lot of shots because he was blasting that motherfucker for like a good 30 minutes. And I'm like, bro, how much ammo he got left? Like, there's no reload or nothing. It's just whatever's in that gun. It's in his plasma, and that's it. And he had
Yeah.
enough
Was that
ammo to get through the movie.
was that Death Stranding where it shot bullets if it took it from your blood? What game was that where it was
Death
blood
Stranding.
bullets?
You know what, bro? That gun.
They need
you know,
something like that.
that game kind of reminds me of Death Stranding. A whole bunch of emptiness and no fucking type of real story to it. And actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna disrespect Death Stranding like that because it actually had a story, which is convoluted. That movie needs to be like put into a trench and lit on fire. That shit is fucking horrible. I'm really mad I went to watch that movie.
Being worse than
It's okay.
Off the Earth is a feat in itself, fam. That's crazy.
Oh god.
Yo, one time, can you use your best Scream voice to close out the podcast?
Yeah, I can do that, man. So yeah, appreciate y'all coming in, man. Movie Guys episode 4. I don't know what episode 5 will be. We got to see some more movies, and then we can kind of, that's kind of how we've been deciding it. We see movies, and then we decide, okay, when are we going to do this again? So, but,
Well, I think the next big one is John Wick, and then I guess we can have a podcast after that.
Inside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, those are two good big ones.
But I got a question for y'all.
Do you like scary movies? What's
Oh
your
my God.
what's your favorite scary movie?
Oh my god.
I prefer the bad dude.
Hey yo.
Nigga, did you
How
mix Brad Dourif with that? Why you sound so silly?
I've never heard that voice till now. What have you
That's
been
me,
doing this
man.
all week?
That's me. That's me.
you.
That's me as Ghostface. That's trademark.
No, you gotta run that back.
Hey Jack, I'm Wonton, if you call me with that voice, nigga, I'm banging it on you, bro. I'm not I'm not scared of you trying to kill me.
I know what the fuck. You sound like a little kid, bro.
I'm banging it on
Hey,
you.
hey, man. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all coming through, man. We finna end the show, man. Thank.
Chill.
Appreciate it.